Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Sports Doyens IPL Daily Live. I am joined with Anurag, and a lot of people are going to join in today. The topic of discussion is Sunrisers Hyderabad, and absolutely brilliant to have a Sunrisers fan here on the panel today. Anurag, first of all, starting with the big news of the day, Mitchell Marsh, who we all expected to be in the playing 11. As we prepared our video as well for Mitch Marsh to be in the playing 11, unfortunately another season that Mitch Marsh will not be able to be a part of the Sunrisers Hyderabad team, and he's replaced by Jason
Yeah.
Roy. I mean, a very different kind of a player to replace him with. First of all, your reaction on that very news.
It came in as a surprise, especially I think Marsh injury okay, fine. I mean, these kind of news always often pop in quite suddenly, so nothing different there. But again, uh, Jason Roy was quite the surprise for me because क्या करने वाले हो तुम लोग Jason Roy के साथ? In the sense that see, if there is an injury to one of the openers, that makes sense. But you've
Yeah.
just lost an all-rounder. It's it. I I must accept the fact that Sunrisers already have a problem of plenty, even with the all-rounder slot. But replacing an all-rounder with an all-rounder would have made more sense than adding one more star opener to the fray. I mean, you have like three world-class openers to go with one one amazing reliable cricketer in Vidhiman Saha. So does it
Yes.
it sort of doesn't really circle back to anything which is sensible. So I'm actually surprised. That's what I think. Gautam is trying to say here, a fellow Sunrisers fan. Jason Roy's inclusion does not
Yeah.
make any sense as a Sunrisers need a good mid-order batsman. Exactly, Gautam. But I think the problem here would have been even if they had picked, let's say, a middle-order batsman. I think to accommodate him in 11, especially a foreign cricketer, would have been uh, totally impossible. And as you know, as it stands, there is no Indian middle-order batsman who's reliable and currently available. At least I think at least among the players that we have to go and just trust them. Jason Roy was chosen because it's easier to go into the bubble as is in India already, says Rohit, which is
Yeah.
true, which is true. I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think that is one of the primary reasons. And I think if you guys have noticed, in recent times, especially, a lot of cricketers have been backing out of IPL for this very reason. So I hope Mitch
Yeah.
Marsh is well and he spends the time in a good way. But again, not very convinced with the fact that Jason Roy is of great utility. Let's see. You never know. But again, you never know.
Anurag, I mean, for me personally, it's very baffling because anyway, from what I see and what we will discuss over the next hour or so, is basically that Williamson
Yeah.
will most likely play ahead of Bairstow, which means Bairstow is already on the bench. If you have to get a backup opener, you already have one, and he's more than a very decent opener. So again, getting Jason Roy in, does it really make sense? I think we'll find out over the course of the season. I would have personally, not spent that money at all, just saved it. I mean, that would have been much easier than to try and get someone. Even if they had to get some, because all rounders, again, as you say, right? Mitchell Marsh नहीं है, तो I guess Jason Holder will come in. Holder नहीं खेले तो मोहम्मद नबी है जो मोहम्मद नबी आ सकते हैं. So you have a problem of plenty when it comes to all rounders. Uh, Probably coming to, I guess, every position in terms of SR is pretty sorted. So I would have rather, personally, I would have rather not selected anyone, saved that money, and probably trusted the players that you already had. If need be, probably mid-season you get someone if there are too many injuries, and maybe that is the reason they have gone with Jason Roy, because they fear that with what is happening right now, with COVID, with the bio bubble pressures and frustrations, and with injuries coming up as well. I feel they fear that maybe they might lose one or two players, and they might need Jason Roy to come in the team. So I think it's more. I think crisis management in a sense by Sunrisers Hyderabad to get in someone rather than having to panic later on and not get the kind of player. Just a food for thought, Anurag. Devon Conway, would he be better suited to your needs ahead of Jason Roy?
I'm sorry. Which player?
Devon Conway from New Zealand.
Yes, I was going to mention Devon Conway in this conversation, and just in case you might be hearing this here first, or Mitch has already said it, but Devon Conway is definitely going to come into the IPL this season because I think there are going to be Because of the bubble, I think there are some fitness constraints for a lot of players. Touch wood, I hope it's not the case, but in the coming days we are going to listen to a lot of injury news as well. Scenario, I think someone like a Devon Convoy, I think today, had it been Devon Convoy joining as a replacement for Mitch Marsh, I think that would have been one of the great decisions. That would have been a great decision because he I think solves one major problem, which is the lack of explosiveness in the middle order. There is Kedar
Yeah,
Jadhav, and there are Vijay Shankar, and there is someone like an Abdul Samad, but there is a reliability question over there. You're not very sure
yeah.
if people are going to give you the goods that you want. So that is one question. And as we speak, I think Mr. Atul Kumar Maurya has joined.
Atkuma's here.
Yeah, I think
At
Atul
least
and I did
let
a
me like do this stuff and then let me in. Come on, guys.
okay.
Atul,
Just
Atul,
take your
oh, we
time,
removed
Atul.
him.
Take your time. Are you done?
Yeah, I guess Atul is already
It's
done. I
okay.
mean, look at Atul being
अतुल
so happy
अपना
about it and
अपना
very
बाल सेट
cheerful.
कर लो. अतुल अपना बाल सेट कर लो. Then show me a thumbs up. I'll add you.
You know what?
I can
I
see
guess
you, Atul.
Anurag,
Yeah.
Atul is just happy about the fact that the KKR discussion was done yesterday, and now he's like, yes, now I'm happy. Now I can spend the next what 6, 7, 8 days with a lot of joy because I don't have to talk about KKR for the next 8 days. I'm fine. I'm done with it now. I've done it
Uh,
twice on a live, on a recording video. So enough of that. But yes, welcome
yeah.
back, Atul. Obviously, we talked about the big news that came in a few hours back. Mitch Marsh, who got replaced by Jason
Which
Roy.
made our
Very interesting.
video a little irrelevant in that sense
Yeah, a
because
little
it
relevant.
changes a
Like
lot of
in case of one
things.
position, it does change
Mitch,
a lot of things.
Mitch, there's a reason. Mitch, there's a reason. Like तेरे को इंजरी हो जाती है सीजन के बीच बीच में हमारे जैसे लोग की बददुआएं लगती हैं जो तू काम करता है ऐसे.
Oh God.
अतुल तुझे क्या लगता है इस डिसीजन के बारे में लाइक जेसन रॉय हमने पहले भी बात की अनुराग के साथ मुझे ऐसे पर्सनली खुद
Yeah.
भी लगता है कि
पहले
इज
ही
मोर ऑफ अ
पहले ही
वेरी
आपको
क्राइसिस बैकअप है
पहले ही आपको
क्राइसिस
बेयरस्टो को खिलाने की जगह मिल नहीं रही है. ठीक है.
एग्जैक्टली
और फिर एक और मैं तो अनुराग को बोला. मैंने जस्ट थोड़ी देर पहले ट्विटर पे अनुराग को बोला कि भाई दे नीडेड समवन जो बेयरस्टो को बोर होने से बचा सके. ठीक है.
Yeah.
दे ब्रॉट
I
अप
so
hope Roy brings his
so
Uno cards. I hope Roy brings.
कनेक्ट
I think
4.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anurag, I guess you know what Jason Roy and
Yes.
Bairstow will do is probably they will keep practicing probably on the Ashes Cricket 19 game and they will just probably score century partnerships after century partnerships in there and then probably just get that out for England once again when England are back. But yes, I'll take a few comments and then we'll move forward. Obviously, there are there are a few
Yeah.
interesting comments. Let's start with this one. I mean, it's not in order, but question for Anurag: why is SRH the best at opening beer bottles? I don't know, man. I don't know
Because
what
we
he's
have
referring to, but
more than a few. We have more than a few openers in that regard.
oh yes, I like that. I like that.
If one
This is what
misses, the
Rob
other hits.
exactly. 2020 IPL, Jason Holder replaces Mitch Marsh. 2021, Jason Roy replaces Mitchell Marsh. There is something about Jason. I mean, that's going to be interesting. The next, I think, the third Jason will be interesting to see. In case the trio plays, Saha is a good backup opener, is what he says. Shashank also adds Roy was like unnecessary. Not like. I guess we could remove the word like. I think, as Anurag said, वो उनो के पत्ते एशेस का गेम प्ले स्टेशन सब लेके आएंगे बेस्टो के साथ खेलने के लिए. And I guess there should be someone, right,
But again,
who could understand an accent.
Yeah, I think disclaimer: Jason Roy. One of the reasons why I say is unnecessary because he's just too good a cricketer to be sitting on the bench. Just too good a cricketer.
Exactly.
You know for a fact if you have like Williamson, Warner. I think we can take Warner out of the equation because Warner is a captain. He's a certainty. Besto and Roy.
Yeah.
You literally have to pick only one of them, and even if you have a chance, you have to sacrifice one all rounder, and you can at most play two of them. In that scenario, one of them misses out, and more often than not, it's going to be Roy, isn't it? Like for me, at least, if there
Exactly.
is a pecking order, it'll be Williamson, Besto, and Roy, because Besto is
Roy.
just
True.
he just provides that X factor. You, it's
Yeah.
I only feel
Also,
bad for
Anurag,
Roy because
yeah,
I think, yeah, because one player has pulled out for the reasons that,
yeah,
bubble fatigue. I think Roy is going to be. I hope he takes good care of himself because this can be a
yeah.
little challenging, especially being in the bubble for all this time. Let's see. And I won't
It
call it
is very
unnecessary.
difficult.
I understand why,
Yeah,
as a management, I understand why, as a management, you go for another player. And among the available options to bring in Devon Conway, I think that could have taken a little more time. Maybe that could have been. I don't think there was any dearth of time as such. I think that would have been fine as well. But I think I understand Jason Roy is already in India. He just fits in in that sense. So I understand it. But again, it's going to be harsh on this season is going to be harsh on Roy.
very, very much. And I guess Anurag, when you look at, as you talked very rightly about Bairstow, I think he's higher in the pecking order. I think him and Warner already played together.
Yeah.
वार्नर की बात करें तो काफी सिमिलर खेल सकते हैं वो जेसन रॉय की तरफ से जो एक्सप्लोसिवनेस हम देखते हैं आई थिंक वी हैव सीन इट विद वार्नर इवन मोर कंसिस्टेंटली इन द आईपीएल ओवर द इयर्स और काफी हम लोग ये चीज एक्सपेक्ट
Look
करेंगे
who is
आगे जाके भी व्हिच विल
joined.
बी रियली इंटरेस्टिंग लुक हुज जॉइन आई मीन the English openers can't make it into the Sunrisers 11, and we have an English fan joining us, Nathan. Nathan, welcome back, mate. Obviously, you seem to be chilling quite well in the same way which Bairstow and Roy might be chilling in the IPL for most of it. But what do you make of Jason Roy coming to Sunrisers regardless?
Well, it was a bit of a surprise, to be honest. It was a bit of a shock to see it's him they've signed. The one thing I don't understand is why they've signed him. I mean, you've got Bairstow and Warner, who have been a terrific opening partnership for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But they don't have anybody in the middle order that will take the game away. So I don't understand why you'd sign an opener rather than a middle order batsman. I still think Bairstow will open with Warner and Williamson will sit out, but I can't see how Roy even gets in the team because you've got Rashid Khan, who's a cert, Warner, Bairstow, and then you probably have to pick Holder now.
Bairstow is lucky enough to be getting in the team just in case he does. Even I doubt even Bairstow is getting.
I genuinely feel he's extremely lucky if he gets in the team because with Kane Williamson, he almost makes
But
himself
again,
a certainty
yeah,
with the way he plays, especially in the latter half
that's
of
a
the
banter
season.
material to say is lucky. That's. I'm sorry.
Last couple of years though, he's not been a cert for Hyderabad. They've gone with Bairstow over Williamson for the majority of the games.
Yeah, they have. They have to be fair, and I
They
guess
have,
there
but
is
again,
a debate there.
I think, yeah, Nathan, I'll tell you, Bairstow was good in a couple of games, but again, he adds value. But with Kane Williamson, especially with the pitches slowing down, you definitely know you're going to get some
Yeah,
valuable runs from his bat. With Bairstow, it is going to be hit and miss throughout the season. So if it comes to that
fair.
safety aspect, that is the only. I absolutely love Bairstow in the team. I think if not for this, at least if there was one option to play 5 foreign players, I think SRH would have had the best top four in the entire league, for that matter. But it's just that if you want Bairstow, maybe if he does play, I think he's going to play plenty of the games in the early half of the tournament where it's going to be some fresh tracks, some new tracks where you can play your shots. But again, once the ball starts turning, he has not been very good at it, as you've seen yourself in the test matches. I know it's not the same, but even in the IPL in the past, he's gone to Chennai, he's gone to grounds like Bangalore, where sometimes the ball can spin. He struggled there.
Yeah,
So, and especially this is a season where the slowness of the pitch is going to be a lot more palpable because plenty of matches are being played at the same venue on consecutive days and all of that. So that's when the pitches will get fatigued a little bit. So that's my only reason. That's my only concern. Uh, Bairstow, irrelevant of where he plays, when he plays, he is going to go for his shots. He will back himself. I know that. But again, towards the end of the season, I think you're going to see if it comes to a very important game and one has to pick between Bairstow and Williamson. I think even the management will go with Williamson.
uh,
The pitches I was thinking of, most of them will start quite quick and slow down. So if you're starting quite a quicker pitch at the start, you obviously want to take full advantage of the power play and things like that, and that's why Bairstow could go in and start off really well. You probably will slow down in your middle overs. That's my reason for thinking he'll go in before, but it's what's his name? Who's the coach?
Trevor Bayliss is the coach. Tom Moody is the director of the team.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are just these roles. These names don't really matter much. But if it comes to decision making, I think both of them will have an equal say. Let's see. It's going to be tricky. But
yeah. I think as Nathan mentioned here, this is a very healthy argument in a sense, because you look at Bairstow and Warner, we have seen how successful they've been in the IPL. Having said that, with Riddhiman Shah is good with playing spin and pacers equally well, along with Warner, and then you can have someone like a Williamson who can take that innings further, and then obviously you have enough batsmen to smash it at the end. And as Nathan said, Bairstow making a good case for himself as well. So really interesting mix for SRH, and we will dive deep into that after taking a few comments. If Roy, Warner, Bairstow plays, and I would like Roy and Warner to open, and Bairstow at 4 is what
Williamson
Masood
kidhar
says.
jayega bhai?
Williamson will be basically then in that case not play. International fast bowler probably would have been another good addition.
Prathamesh. In any of the n number of cases, probability gives you Kane Williamson should be there.
Exactly. There is no way Kane Williamson doesn't play, at least according to me, because Kane Williamson is equally good in all conditions. He's equally good in winning you matches, in saving your situations. He's good at accelerating as well. We've seen him against India, back in New Zealand, how well he played there as well.
Last season it was Kane Williamson was the reason we didn't finish 6th or 7th, and we actually ended up in the top 4. He was single-handedly the reason. And he won us like 2-3 crucial games, and that's the reason why I would back him again. Let's see again. With Bayliss has made it clear that he will prioritize with Bairstow. I think if last season was something to think about, we have Kushagra and Siddharth joining in. Hi guys.
Hey guys. Hey, how are you?
I think the discussion is going to get a lot more interesting. All good, mate. All good.
Yeah. All good. And we were just diving into, the discussion of Bairstow, Williamson, and basically that quartet which Sunrisers have a very difficult task of picking up. Having to just add to that a little bit, and I guess I'll take the comments and then come to, our two guests who've joined us now. Bairstow, had a lesser combined of strike rate and average as compared to Williamson last season, while Williamson was better with both average and strike rate. So I guess a lot of things will develop on there as well. Just taking a few more comments. Ranking in the top 5 now as per as ICC T20 standards is what talking about. Depth in Indian all-round option allows them to play various combinations is what Masoom says, rightly so. Why did we even pick Roy? Where will he play? I think that's the question that's going to take us an hour and a half to understand. Because that's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Navjeevan wishing me a happy birthday. Thanks, mate. Good to
Prathamesh.
Yeah.
Prathamesh, I don't think it's going to take an hour and a half to answer that. He's not playing. Simple.
Yeah. Unless there are any major injuries, he's not playing for sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Abdul Samad and Abhishek Sharma need to float around in the batting order to get the best of them. Shrishti wishing me a happy birthday. So did Varun. Thank you, guys. And yes, Varun, you did get it right. Masoom also wishing me a happy birthday. So a lot of happy Monday comments here. SRH should get experienced and talented Indian batsmen in the middle order is what he's saying. I guess that will be a question for people to answer, and we'll come to that with Siddharth Gulati as well. SRH ne biryani mein raita fela diya hai. That is exactly what has happened, man. I mean, this is way too much raita to enjoy the biryani. Good one, Navjeevan. That's a good one. Siddharth Rege says Warner, Bairstow, and Willie start for sure. Willie? Williamson. Okay. Williamson. Williamson. You just confused. Yeah. Just scared everyone there. Nabi needs to play
not that close
as
to
a frontline.
Yeah.
As a frontline all-rounder, as he could prove an asset in slow pitches. Kushagra wishing me a happy birthday. Yeah.
Nabi, I remember watching him for against it was Leicestershire against Lancashire, and he was the only person in the whole of the T20 blast to actually take Parkinson down. He must be a hell of a player.
Oh my God, I mean Nathan, just there is
Look at the freaking
absolutely,
criteria.
yeah.
Look at
Look
the
at the
criteria.
context.
Look at the criteria to
Every
the world.
on
Oh
every live
God.
on
What are you talking
every
about,
live
nothing?
there is Lancashire, there is Parkinson, and there is Liam Livingston in every live where Nathan's on. I mean, kudos to how we can refer players to those three names. I guess that is fantastic as well.
All
Uh,
Madineri talking about how good of a player Naby is. That was all that was mentioning.
fair enough,
And
Nathan.
also Nathan,
Warner's
Nathan
cat.
said something today. Nathan said something today that if at all, I just said maybe no English player will be playing in the Sunrisers 11. Then he said if any team is dropping the English players, they definitely should not be qualifying. That's what is said. So there is a record of it.
Yeah, there are
There is
there
a
are there
proof
are
for it.
two players
We'll
now.
put that out.
There, there are two players
Yeah.
now, and I guess Warner. This is a funny one. Warner's captaining New Zealand captain,
Yes.
ex West Indies captain, Afghanistan T20 captain, UP captain, Afghanistan ex captain, Indian under 19 captain. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good list to captain. Thisara Pereira would have been better. Okay, Roy Conway hota to bhi Kane या Johnny से पहले नहीं खेलता is what he's saying. Shashank also says Carlos Brathwaite maybe. I mean, we do remember the
Yes.
name still, but not his performances anymore, I guess. Siddharth says, my prediction Sandeep Sharma to get a national call up after this season, somewhere after the World Cup. I guess Sandeep Sharma's figures are as similar to Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, that's what numbers tell you, at least, and I guess that's really commendable from Sandeep. And just the way he bowls
Best
is
new
just
ball
really
bowler in
good to
IPL
see.
history.
Best bowler against
Indeed.
Best new ball
Virat
bowler in
Kohli.
IPL history.
Let's make that also a very valid
He's
statement.
had some. Yeah.
When it comes to Virat and Rohit Sharma, Sandeep Sharma is absolutely there to take the wicket. I mean, that's so good to watch. Do you think will inexperienced finishers impact on SRH? Yes, I think we'll take that as well. Or
Well,
maybe the
I
World
think it
Cup
will.
behave any injuries. Let's see. In the video, there is a disagreement with Anurag in the playing 11. Interesting. Happy birthday is what Shevan says.
I
Thank.
I think just to answer that question, there is Rashid, there is Abdul Samad, who is a decent enough leg spinner, and I've also mentioned if it comes to a track like Chennai, Jagadish Sochit might play ahead of a Sandeep Sharma, which will mean Nataraj and
Yes.
Bhuvneshwar will be the fast bowlers with three spinning options, and not to forget
Yeah,
Kedar Jadhav. I think he's going to play a lot of games. I personally like him as a
yeah.
cricketer. I think he just lost a bit of form, but he can be a useful cricketer on his day. So I hope he has a good season. And with those round up actions, it's always a little difficult to pick. He can provide 2 3 good overs sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think there are decent enough spinners there. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess fair enough. Masoom, the inexperience with the finisher has been the same since the last 5 years, and they keep making the playoffs anyway. I guess that's what he's saying. I think the openers have a lot to do with it, to be honest. With Mitch Marsh injured, ruled out, I think Baster will take his place. Why there is only one spin? I think he's answered that because of the conditions as well. In Chennai, Nabi for holder is what Rohit says. I guess I can agree with that. I mean, in
Yeah.
Chennai, is going to be lethal. Warner
There is,
still carrying the
and
groin injury. That is,
I think Padmesh, as the tournament progresses, we might as well see Mujib and Rashid in the 11 instead of an all rounder, because that would mean
yeah,
two outstanding bowlers. In the maybe Mujib can bowl with the new ball. It'll be like 8 outstanding overs out of the 20, plus Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
exactly. Plus Bhuvi,
Correct.
and then probably even Natarajan can even get those figures down. So I guess it will be a
Yeah,
healthy bowling lineup to have. Warner still carrying the groin injury, and that's going to
yeah,
last for the year. And I think they might see him resting in the games, which is probably one of the reasons why they got Jason Roy in. But then you already have Baster, and then
fair enough.
probably an injury concern as well. So I guess it makes a lot of sense in that way. चलो अब ये रॉय
Hmm.
टॉपिक से आगे बढ़ाओ बात is what Shashank saying. SRH missing a player like Aaron Finch and Alex Hales is what he's saying. We are reading the comments. Williamson is also not fit currently and might not stay for the playoffs and play test matches to prepare for the WTC final. Based on Warner, Pandey,
Oh,
Williamson,
lovely.
Jadhav, Shankar, Samad, Rashid, Bhuvi, Sandeep, and Natarajan is his 11. Siddharth says protest at Jantar Mantar if I miss any comment today. I mean, yes, Sid, you can protest all you want, but I will try my best not to miss any comment. Masoom, maybe Warner is the reason they've bought Roy. He had a decent tour, and I think he is in India
Yeah.
and he's battled with Baster. That makes sense as well. So Jason Roy as a replacement is a little make a little bit of sense. जयपुर वाला या दिल्ली वाला, आई एम नॉट श्योर हु इज टॉकिंग अबाउट, बट आई थिंक विल गेट टू दैट. कुछ भी कर लो, Williamson, do not drop Williamson. He's so underrated in T20s. He took SRH to the final single-handedly when Warner was absent. I don't think there is any question there. And where will Manish Pandey go? I mean, yes, Manish Pandey is a very interesting case, and I guess he will play. In any case, Roy could actually prove to be game-changing move. Don't have to mention how well he gels with Bairstow. Have seen the magic great openers can do, both being in good form too. Yes, I guess I agree with you here, said, because I think if we see the opening partnership of Roy Bairstow, if Warner's injured or not able to take part in the tournament because of his injury, it will be great to see, if these two can actually open the batting. As I mentioned on Twitter, to Anurag, Conway should have been selected. Like Jarrod Kimber said, Ken Williamson can
Yes.
judge what the score would be in a ground in a few minutes. And let me tell you, that is not at all a very a quality that a lot of players have, and that quality is very underrated. And when it comes to Kane Williamson, he's an excellent judge of that. He's a very good captain. He's very street smart in the way he bats. I think that is something that people tend to forget. He still has high strike rates. As I said, he had higher strike rates than Johnny Bairstow in the last IPL. So I guess there is something to look forward to here. If Warner does not play due to the groin, I guess that's what he's saying. Williamson could leave the side. Vada pav greater than biryani. This is what Varun says. I think he's put his argument there. As much as I love it, I mean, in terms of IPL context, I generally don't, agree with that sentiment. If anyone thinks Roy is going to play, please don't comment. Was an unsold player. No one picked him. Now he's a player replacement, and how can he play? Is what Shivam says. Second specialist spinner is a concern for SRH. SRH lacks a middle over enforcer, is what he says. I guess the worst captain of all, just joking. Sochit se pehle Nadeem will play. Yes, Shabazz Nadeem is another interesting one. I mean, he's traveled quite a few teams, and I guess if he does get a chance, it'll
As
be
far as
interesting.
I think I would disagree there. I think as far as confidence goes, Jagadish Suchit had a very good outing in the Syed Mushtaq Ali. I personally think he would play ahead. And he's been bowling really well in recent times. I mean, if recency effect has anything to do with it, I think maybe
Yeah.
Suchit might get a go a little ahead of Nadeem or Abhishek Sharma for that regard. Let's see, because Abhishek Sharma, I think he's a good cricketer overall, but as a first choice spinning option, no. As a second choice, third choice
No,
spinning
Absolutely
option,
not.
maybe yes.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, no.
that's
I
See,
what
he
think
that
can.
was Shivam
if you're
saying.
100% sure,
Yeah, yeah. Please go on. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, I
and
was saying was that Abhishek Sharma can be a perfect sixth bowler. He cannot be among your top five bowlers for sure,
yeah,
because he can give you those couple of
yeah.
let's say good overs, or if you really want to have a hold on the net run rate, on the run rate of the other team. So yeah, that's the thing. But he cannot be a good he's not an option with whom the captain can say कि चल ठीक है we can just give the ball to him कि ये मतलब ये हमारे एक top five bowlers में से तो नहीं हो सकता. So yeah, उस हिसाब से I would say quality wise definitely either Nadeem or Suchit would go.
fair enough. And I think Shashank has said that Nabi is also a very good number 7 option. काफी अच्छा finisher है. We know how good he is as a bowler.
Totally.
Siddharth says we'll shamelessly blame Anurag and
Totally.
SRH if Kedar makes an Indian team return. I like this one. क्या seriously पड़ा Fins and Hales वाला comment? Yes, Sid, I guess I got a bit too
Exactly.
serious when people wanted to protest at Jantar Mantar. But okay, fair enough. Warner Roy will rotate subject to injuries and fitness. Williamson Bairstow could be another rotation. SRH looking so strong, well done to the team management, except that finisher weakness they covered so very well in every position. Such a change, SRH looks like a foreign star studded lineup, just like MI back in the day. Didn't wanna play middle over last year for a few games. I can't remember why exactly. That is what he says. Okay, I guess we have talked a lot about Warner, Bairstow, Williamson, and I think that top order. And I will come to Siddharth Gulati first. Siddharth, changing the
Yes.
topic a little bit from the batsman and the star attraction, coming to the bowlers, because you look at Rashid Khan, he's almost picks himself. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar picks himself. Natarajan picks himself. But the third position in that pace lineup is going to be a question mark. A lot of talks about whether Basil Thampi would play or whether Siddharth Kaul plays or Sandeep Sharma plays. Considering on the situation, maybe even Suchit or Shabazz Nadeem might play. What are your views
Yes.
on that position?
I think see it could possibly see first of all वो conditions पे बात आ जाएगी कि आप जो मैच है वो कौन से ग्राउंड पे खेल रहे हो. Because let's say if you are playing a match on let's say अगर आप चिन्नास्वामी में अगर आप खेल रहे हैं सॉरी और अगर चेन्नई में अगर आप खेल रहे हैं चिदम्बरम स्टेडियम में तो वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा स्पिन का फैक्टर होगा, एंड दैट इज वेयर आई थिंक जो लाइनअप है वो ओवरऑल भी चेंज होगा विद पॉसिबली मे बी समवन लाइक नावी कमिंग इन फॉर जेसन होल्डर एंड बॉलिंग में एज वी डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर अनुराग आल्सो सेड दैट मे बी सुचित और नदीम कुड कम इन. हैविंग सेड दैट, अगर आप पेसर्स की बात करें, आई थिंक खलील अहमद कुड गेट द नॉट हियर बिकॉज आई थिंक पॉसिबली बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट कि आपको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि ऑपोजिशन के पास इस वक्त उस टाइम पे कितने लेफ्ट हैंडर्स या राइट हैंडर बैट्समैन है. Because then Khalil, if let's say if you basically have a say team like Kings 11 Punjab, जहाँ पे अगर मैं मे बी उनको हटा दूं, क्रिस गेल को हटा दूं और अगर निकोलस पुरन को हटा दूं, तो उनके जो मैक्सिमम बैट्समैन है वो राइट हैंडेड हैं. सो दैट इज वेयर आई थिंक जो लेफ्ट हैंडर्स का होना होगा, वो मतलब लेफ्ट आर्म पेस बॉलर्स का होना होगा, वो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होगा. सो आई थिंक दैट्स गोइंग टू बी अ टॉस अप बिकॉज वहां पे कोई एक फिक्स्ड नहीं रहने वाला. हैविंग सेड दैट, अगर इनिशियली मे बी लेट्स से इफ समवन लाइक खलील अहमद स्टार्ट और अगर वो उस टाइम पे अच्छा परफॉर्म कर देते हैं, तो फिर आई थिंक एसआरएच की एक फिर वहां पे बात आ जाएगी कि वो कंसिस्टेंसी में ज्यादा बिलीव करते हैं, जैसे कि हमने उनके ऑक्शन में भी इस टाइम देखा था कि कोई इतने बड़े नाम नहीं थे जो उन्होंने सिलेक्ट किए थे. सो यस, आई थिंक इट्स पॉसिबली गोइंग टू बी अ टॉस अप बिटवीन शाबा या
Yeah, Siddharth, continue, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So basically, I was saying that it's going to be a toss up between Shahbaz Nadeem and Khalil Ahmed and Siddharth Kaul.
Khalil Ahmed, I guess Khalil Ahmed, I think last season भी हमने देखा था सिद्धार्थ. खलील और संदीप शर्मा के बारे में जब हम बात करते हैं, just to compare their stats from last season, Sandeep got 14 wickets, an average of 26, and an economy rate of 7.1. And when you look at Khalil Ahmed, he got 8 wickets, an average of 30, and an economy rate of 9.4. I think probably which might be a reason for concern. But having said that, जब आप भुवनेश्वर और संदीप शर्मा को देखते हो, they are pretty similar. And I guess when you look at the overall package that Bhuvneshwar gives you, I guess he gives it way much better than Sandeep Sharma. No disrespect to him. But then again, if you play on conditions, if you play on pitches like Kolkata or if you play in Mumbai, I think both Sandeep and Bhuvneshwar could still be very handy because both are good opening as well and both are good at the death as well. We've seen that last year.
Yes.
Pratmesh, just adding to it, in the 2018 season when there was no Warner, when there was obviously Williamson took charge with the bat, but Siddharth Kaul was the absolute star that season with the ball. He bowled in the start. He bowled at the. So again, I think last season it was quite not so good, but again he's another cricketer who can be coming into the picture a lot often than what people think he's capable of. I am expecting maybe he will also get a nod early in the tournament. But again, as I say, I think the reasons why Khalil can be experimented. As you said, both Bhuvneshwar and Natarajan are similar kind of bowlers. Khalil, he mixes up things, थोड़ा experiment करेगा. Run जाए, अगर runs भी जाए, he is one of those players who picks up wickets because people go after him.
Absolutely. Yes.
That can work out. And he can be very I mean, he's the third most important player. I think that sometimes people envy that. Some cricketers envy that, not to be the center stage, not to be in the center stage. So I think you never know.
Absolutely.
But again, as you say, I think Khalil is a little down in the pecking order.
Yes.
Very much, and I think just to back up why Sunrisers have done so well. Just reading the economy rates of the 4 bowlers who I think they will play: Rashid Khan 5.3, Sandeep Sharma as I've mentioned 7.1, Natarajan 8, and you look at Bhuvneshwar 6.9. And when you have 4 bowlers who are bowling with such a brilliant economy rate, add to that Jason Holder bowled at 8.3 only. So I mean, you're not going to concede a lot of runs, are you? So I think that's really brilliant from Sunrisers. And when people still talk about Natarajan, Bhuvneshwar, and I think the other bowlers being pretty similar, the effectiveness of them when they work as a unit is absolutely fantastic, and that will be really exciting to see how it happens this season. And Kushagar, coming to you, I mean, yes, good to see you smiling and back here. We know obviously the decision to get Rishabh Pant as a captain did delight you yesterday. I'm pretty sure that had it been Steven Smith, as Rishti was talking in the comments yesterday, you might have not seen Kushagra for a few more days. But welcome back, KD. And obviously coming with you to this question, I guess काफी चर्चा हो रही है कि मोहम्मद नबी को टीम में लेना चाहिए. द रीजन बीइंग वो एक बेहतरीन स्पिनर तो है ही है, उसके साथ साथ इस फिनिशिंग एबिलिटीज आर रियली गुड. आप देखते हैं जब समाद, आई थिंक समाद विल प्रोबब्ली प्ले एट 6 and I guess he will be one of those players who will be entrusted with the role of finishing the innings. I think we might also see Jason Holder being given that responsibility now even further. You will probably have one of Williamson or probably a Priyam Garg or someone from the middle order. Vijay Shankar maybe towards the end. So which is why Mohammad Nabi and his sheer excellence of hitting the ball out of the park could be absolutely vital. आपको क्या लगता है is finishing a little bit of dilemma here, but what do you make of it?
Uh, Hi guys, welcome to Shritama. I think Shritama just joined. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome, Sridhar.
Just like me, I think it's been a while for her as well on the channel. Hello guys, we are viral and its
Yes.
idiosyncrasies. I can't really define that. So for everyone in the comments, especially Shivam, Shivam says, "Since Kushag stopped hosting, it seems like the
Yeah.
joy of his life has gone away," or something like that. Something
शिवम
on those
शिवम
lines.
उसका जवाब ये है कि मी एंड अनुराग एटलीस्ट मी आई हैव बीन पेस्टरिंग केडी हमको भी थोड़ा रिस्पांसिबिलिटी शेयर करने दे. केडी इज लाइक आईपीएल चालू होने से पहले तेरे को जो करना है कर. वंस आईपीएल स्टार्ट्स आई एम गोना बी बैक.
Or I thought that earlier there were reports that KD would be relieved of his duties and Siddharth would be promoted to his role. So I thought that वो वाला scene हो गया है.
That's
Oh God. No, yeah.
I thought
of course.
that कि मेरे पास ऑफर लेटर आने वाला है, बट कुछ आया नहीं. मैं चेक कर रहा था.
No, yeah. It's been a decent break. I
No
can't say
comments.
that I've enjoyed it. Yeah, I can't say that I've enjoyed it. आप आंखों के गड्ढे देख ही रहे. It's not been fun, but yeah. As far as DC and Rishabh Pant and बाकी सब जो concerned हैं, यार देखो, there was no other choice. Really, I mean, frankly speaking, कोई और कैप्टन नहीं बन सकता था. You couldn't have had Steve Smith जिनकी खुद की selection doubt में है as the captain. Even Ricky Ponting won't make such clangers. So I mean, the Steven Smith तो नहीं हो सकते थे. उसके बाद बचे अजिंक्य रहाणे was the other one in the running. Pretty unlikely. Again, I think even more than Steve Smith, his position is in a doubt. Then Ajinkya Rahane ke baad Prithvi Shaw was someone they may have thought about because he has captain Mumbai, he has captain under 19 India as well. But again, you're looking at one youngster, then you're looking at another youngster. Rishabh Pant Delhi ke hain, plays for Delhi in Ranji.
Kushagra, just to add to this, how brilliant life gets a full circle out of it, right? Rishabh Pant, talk about temporary captain.
I was come to that. It's a road to redemption for Rishabh Pant, honestly. I mean, rather redemption also, rather almost like a revamp of the player that he is and the personality that he is. So, people were commenting, I'm a part of the DC ki Toli, the Delhi Capitals, fan group, and उसमें लोग कह रहे थे क्लास मॉनिटर बनने के बाद जो स्पीच देते हैं ना, तो वैसे ऋषभ पंत ने स्पीच दी. I will try my best. I will give everything. Please support us. Come on, Delhi. He is such a nice, well-mannered, well-behaved kid. It's as if he thinks कि हमने सुना ही नहीं है वो stumps के पीछे क्या चलता है. But it's fun, man. It's fun. I am just so excited to just listen to the Pant cam, as we call it. There are no stump cams anymore, just Pant cams, and listen to him talk about all of his things. I want to listen to him banter Virat and Rohit. That is what I want to hear, and once that happens, that's what's going to be just absolute thorough joy for us in the rest of the tournament. Can't believe that if he would actually step up and say something to Mahi. Anurag, you're on mute, bro.
It feels like people are stealing my thunder right now. It's SRH. We'll have DC for another day. We will talk about camps enough that day.
Rishabh Pant, come on. We are all allowed to be in the Rishabh Pant Appreciation Society, man. Come on. We'll do that. But anyway, coming back to SRH, I read a comment. I think, I'm not entirely sure who it was from. But the comment said, apart from the finisher, SRH seemed to have a backup for almost every position. And that is true. We were talking about that last year as well. लास्ट ईयर भी है प्रथमेश, अनुराग और मैं बोल के थक गए थे कि मोहम्मद नबी को खिला दो. वहां पिचेस लो है, स्लो है, स्पिन करेंगी, एंड ही के ग्राउंड इतने बड़े नहीं है, ही कैन हिट द बिग सिक्सेस. एंड आई होप नाउ दैट they're shifting bases towards Chennai and everything else, तो मे बी शायद मोहम्मद नबी का यूटिलाइजेशन ज्यादा होगा. इफ दैट हैपेंस, दैट विल बी फैंटास्टिक फॉर SRH. I think, as you guys are mentioning, Jason Holder ke aage, तो definitely Mohammad Nabi should start ahead of him, whether it is as a batter or a bowler or as an overall all-rounder. Jason Holder, maybe they can look at him if they come to the Mumbai leg of the IPL, if that ever happens, or maybe if they're looking towards the finals, because I don't think Chennai you'll really be able to utilize his strengths. I would rather choose a bowler like Sandeep Sharma or even Bhuvi for that matter. These guys can make a use of the cutters and the leg spinners as well, the faster leg spinners as well. So I think SRH overall, all bases very well covered. It's a blessing in disguise for them. I think Mitch Marsh, I don't even know ऑक्शन में रहते क्यों हैं, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता है. मतलब हर आईपीएल के पहले तो कुछ ना कुछ हो ही जाता है. He should like Mitchell Stark. He should also he just be like कि छड्डो ऐसे अब मतलब I'll just focus on Australia and at least play somewhere, because IPL seems to be having a detrimental effect on his fitness anyway, and he got injured. If you see, he got injured last IPL and it's been continuing now from then. So I think that's a dangerous thing for his career. David Warner, another fascinating story for me. He's apparently managing his injury, which with all due respect, I find as the dumbest thing to do that he could is managing an injury, because they have a better chance of winning the T20 World Cup in Australia. So he's risking playing next year by playing this. And for me, that actually sort of defies logic. Ab mat kheliye IPL.
Just in a different sport. Just in a different spot, we saw what happened to Rashford last season. Similar kind of a situation where there were a lot of injury concerns. वो बढ़ गया. You can see what happened. भुवनेश्वर को देख लो, exactly. I know, Atul, it's just context.
Even for that matter, Shreyas Iyer, he had an injury on a different shoulder, which wasn't completely operated upon. It was still being managed, and now imagine what has happened to the other shoulder. What they will do is they'll operate this shoulder, then they'll make the procedures on the other shoulder as well. The poor man is probably out for 6 months. If David Warner wants to risk that, then he can do that. But I feel should have thought about because 3 World Cup है यार 3 साल में. I'm sure at least वो 2 खेलना चाहेंगे. And if he really thinks he can manage it for 3 years, then more power to him, because I'm pretty sure he'll retire after that. He'll be like 38 after 2023. So that will be, I think that will be the end of the story for David Warner. But SRH definite. मेरे हिसाब से there should be definite sure shots for the top 4. Uske aage, it's a toss of a coin anyway. So it's a good team. Conditions are good. They're gonna have Bhuvi this time, which they missed a lot last time, and hopefully a firing opening order, because David Warner, as someone again mentioned, right? Why was he playing in the middle order? He was playing in the middle order to accommodate the openers. He might do so again this time, because Bairstow और Roy को ऊपर खिलाना बनता है. The only thing, my question to the rest of the panelists is, अगर Bairstow, Roy और Warner 3 foreigners हो गए, तो फिर कहाँ से नबी खेलेगा?
I can answer to this.
Start
off. See, absolutely.
Williamson. इसीलिए he should have moved. I'm sorry, Sid. इसीलिए Williamson
that's okay.
I keep repeating this every year.
Chennai Super Kings. Look at this.
Chennai Super Kings.
अबे भाई सुन, कुशाग्र सुन, अभी ये एजेंडा मत लेके कहाँ होना चाहिए, अभी ये लेके है तो खिलाओ.
Exactly. जो बंदा है वो इतना आगे क्यों जा रहा है?
मेरी तरफ से रॉय को मत खिलाओ. बेयरस्टो
हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? हम भी कह रहे हैं बेयरस्टो को मत खिलाओ, हम भी कह रहे हैं रॉय को मत खिलाओ.
I would say keep Beirstow, keep Roy, both of them on the bench. Let them play Uno in their whatever Yorkshire, Lancashire accent they speak. Let Williamson play.
I absolutely love this, and I guess
Williamson adds more value on many different tracks than Roy and Bairstow put together can on occasions.
Absolutely.
And I know it's a harsh thing to say. It's a harsh thing
was going to say something.
But I've said this already. Williamson was the reason we reached the top 4. Williamson was the reason we reached the top 4. Otherwise, we would have finished 6th last season. He won us games which no one else could have. He won us that game against RCB, man. He scored 40, 50. I don't think there was any player in the entire SRH lineup who would have done that.
Yeah.
Again, he does that. And he almost won us the game against Delhi too. So.
Yeah. See, I think you're saying that कि आपको Bairstow और probably Williamson के साथ open करना है. I think it's very important कि आप ना Bairstow और Wriddhiman के साथ opening कीजिए, because वो आपका एक बहुत ही अच्छा opening combination है. either you want to go with, या ठीक है, अगर आपको वार्नर के साथ ही ओपन करना है, so then you can possibly have maybe someone like Shrivats Goswami also middle order में, but वो एक बहुत ही बात की बात है. At the very same time, अगर आप रिद्धिमान शाह fit है and if he is playing, he has to open with Bairstow, with Warner possibly, you know, let's say coming at 4 or 5. So yeah, that's it, because वो आपके best openers है. रिद्धिमान शाह can counter attack from ball one. That's not a problem. We saw it last year. We have seen it in a couple of years what Riddhiman Shah can do, what he's capable of. So yeah, that is where I think Sunrisers Hyderabad का जो opening combination है, let's be sorted there, because अगर आप 3 foreigners, आपके 4 में से अगर 3 foreigners अगर वो batsman ही हैं, तो फिर आपको जेसन होल्डर और राशिद खान को दोनों को फिर साथ के लाने का accommodate आप नहीं कर सकते हैं. So that is where I think आपके 2 ही foreigner batsmen खेलेंगे for sure. One being an all-rounder, and of course, you know, with Jason Holder or maybe Mohammad Nabi, and of course, Rashid Khan तो आजकल उनको भी हम all-rounder ही कहते हैं.
यार there is a reason why I absolutely love Sunrisers Hyderabad का पूरा squad, because इतने सारे debates खुल जाते हैं ना when you talk about Sunrisers Hyderabad कि भले उनका squad इतना settled है, but वो इतने अच्छे से settled है कि आप किसको खिलाए किसको बिठाए यही समझ में नहीं आता. Okay, Anurag, let's not go there.
The live might go to 3 p.m. 3 a.m.
Anurag, let's talk about your team first. I don't want to, you know, give you that reason to be angry later. He's our CEO at the end of the day, so let's keep him happy a little.
Because I think they may not be privy to this. But आप देखो तो कौन से दिन RCB का वीडियो आ रहा है? कल तारीख क्या है?
Okay. Let's not go there. Today's my birthday. Let's.
This is why we get dislikes. This is why we get dislikes on the video.
I wish you in the morning.
Yes, you did, and thank you so much for that. I will come to you now, Shritama. Obviously, Kedar Jadhav, बहुत ही interesting pick रहे auction में. A lot of people asked why he was picked, and I guess when I talked to Anurag, I realized
he didn't come to up until now because you didn't wish him.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean that's the host what you call power, whatever you say call about that. Shritama, yes, I think Kedar Jadhav के बारे में काफी इंटरेस्टिंग बात हो रही है. Anurag feels that he might even play a lot of games this season. आप प्रियम गर्ग की बात करें, अभिषेक शर्मा की बात करिए, आप विजय शंकर की बात करिए. A lot of options to choose for in the middle order. And आपको क्या लगता है who will the players will actually feature in that middle order slot in the Indian contingent? And Manish Pandey, let's not forget. Sorry, Manish Pandey. How do we forget this guy?
You're asking me, right?
Yeah, Shritama.
Dekho, none of them are finishers. Okay. The problem here is I don't know who the finisher in SRH is. I still don't know. I'm sorry, but Bairstow ko niche khilaoge. He's not a finisher in T20Is. In ODIs, if he plays a great game, you know, he stays back and then he scores like the winning runs, वो फिर भी हो सकता है, ठीक है. I don't see him as a finisher. Neither is Priyam Garg. Priyam Garg अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. Samad is one guy who can actually finish games, who has the potential in him. None of them are finishers. So if you have to play like Kedar Jadhav भी finisher नहीं है. Vijay Shankar, I don't know what they'll. So at the time when they can't pick Jason Holder, I think they'll go for Vijay Shankar. But that is like it's not an ideal scenario for them, because we have seen what Vijay Shankar did in one very important game last season. And I'm like looking at Anurag.
I like the grin on Anurag's face.
Anurag is like, I'll get you for bringing this up.
Yeah.
So I have one issue. Like, what are you like? You're not covering bases. You are not covering all bases. You are just adding to the top. तुम्हारे इतने सारे I don't have a problem with you guys having explosive batsmen. My problem is सारे overseas है.
Yeah.
And जो अच्छे Indian players है, play them also. Like, play Riddhiman Shah. Please do. You played him and you got the results. Please do. Please play Riddhiman Shah.
And we are joined by Rohan. रोहन जी, बहुत आपका स्वागत है. लोग आपको यूजुअली रोहन गुलाटी के नाम से जानते हैं, बट आई नो यू हैव टेकन अ वेरी गुड पन. एक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट मुझे बिल्कुल है रोहन तुमसे. तुमने केकेआर के लिए कलर चेंज करा था, वही कलर यहाँ पे भी रखा है. मुझे लगा तुम सनराइजर्स के लिए थोड़ा ऑरेंज कलर का लाइट लेके आ जाओगे यार.
प्रथमेश, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, मैंने कल भी बताया था ये कलर्स अपने आप चेंज हो रहे हैं. आई एम टेकिंग 0 एफर्ट्स इन दिस. मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा मेरे कैमरा के साथ क्या प्रॉब्लम है. And today was a full panel. I just joined because मेरे दिमाग में रोहन वाला फन था. I just
टी-शर्ट है
joined.
ऑरेंज.
वो कल भी वही थी अगर
अरे
आपने
बुर्ज
notice
खलीफा
किया.
लास्ट ईयर बुर्ज खलीफा को पूरा केकेआर कलर्स में लिट ना पूरा वैसे लग रहा है बुर्ज खलीफा.
Oh my God! I mean, absolutely brilliant, and I guess such a full
आज
panel to
लोग
have
नहीं खत्म हो रहे
in such a
यार.
long time. आज लोग नहीं खत्म हो रहे. We are going to be joined by Nathan as well, I
Oh,
guess.
8 members on a panel.
8
What is
members on
happening?
a panel.
This is
This is extremely
the
crazy.
biggest panel I've been a part of here, literally.
I mean,
Guys,
Team
absolutely 8
TSD,
members.
Team TSD, please, no one else join. The maximum limit is 10, but we don't want to push to that.
guys,
Okay, guys,
I've got to
guys,
go.
guys.
Nathan, are you going to see
Yeah.
off Jason Roy from the airport at the airport? Are you going to see him off because he is in UK? I've heard.
Please
I'll
send
probably
in your
not.
Uno cards, please.
Imagine
I've just
he's
got
in
one
UK
thing
and
to
he
say,
has to
guys,
fly
before I
back to
go.
India. Imagine.
Guys, I've just got one thing and then I'll be off. I've organised a cricket quiz for the 17th of April. I've got the dates now for the 17th of April. So you guys can join in and it's not going to get too late for you. I was thinking about 6:30, about this time on the 17th. It'll be on for about 2 hours, 60 questions. It's professionally hosted. So obviously they've got to do the time. So there is a little fee. Just message me, guys, on Facebook or WhatsApp if you've got my number. So I get good numbers and I'll send you the details that way if everybody's up for that.
Yeah,
Fair
I'll be
enough.
up
I
for
guess
it.
that
I'll
that
send
should
you
be
my
fun.
contact.
I mean, a quiz
No,
would be
Nathan,
absolutely
what
fun.
match is it on the 17th? It's MI
Sorry?
versus SRA. It's MI versus SRA on the
Oh,
17th.
Nathan, you picked an
What a
extremely
wonderful day.
incredible date.
Wonderful day.
Oh, I can't put it like
The worst
guys,
possible date for it, but
No, it's fine. It's fine. The timing's fine, Nathan. Timing's fine.
I was going to say the time.
Alright,
I've brought
which
it
I
a little
have
bit forward for you guys.
No, it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it'll from if it starts at 6:30 your time, it'll go till 8:30 your time. That's like 1 o'clock for us. So it's good enough.
Right, so you guys are up for it. I'll send the details in the group chat. Anyone listening now wants to take part. I don't know what's your pen. Like I think it's £3.50 a ticket. So that's 350 rupees. So that's less than 6p a question, and it's 2 hours of fun. And there are prizes for the winners. So there's a prize for me. And nobody else.
I like that. I absolutely love how Nathan has framed this conversation. But yes, I think taking a cue from Nathan as well. I guess I hope a lot of people join that quiz. It is a lot of fun. Nathan has done this before as well. We've heard a lot about it.
We'll share details on the socials. Don't worry, Nathan. We'll keep sharing the details on the socials here.
Yeah, no worries. That's me. I've got my mate coming round.
Yeah. And as you can see, there's a full panel here, a full panel of 8 people. I guess Nathan's leaving, so probably 7. I know a lot of 7 people are having a lot of things to talk about. I'll let a few people in the comments as well have their say before I let this entire full panel have their go again. I think I will come to the comments here. That is what they said. Shashank says, tried Garg at the top is what he's saying last year. Since the day KD stopped hosting, he's lost happiness in his life, it seems. Okay, let's not talk about Man United. We've already been, I have been bashed a little for that. Tera comment padta hai na wo Shivam is what he says. SRH, strength in Indian quick bowling is good. Bhuvi, Sandeep, Natarajan, Thampi and Khalil. My dad absolutely doesn't like Khalil, and I think when you look at this comment, I think it's pretty clear there. And he's probably also added that Sandeep is a better choice than Khalil, which I personally also agree with. I think Sandeep offers you a lot more in terms of variations as well. Pada maine Regi Shivam comment wireless look me made me look like someone existing on khichdi 3 times a day. I like that, KD. That's what people are very happy about apparently. Sandeep Bhuvi opening the bowling with Rashid and Nattu to follow his instruction. AF, this team is as illegal as Mumbai Indians. Okay, let's not go there. Siddharth called it a little overrated is what my dad says. Khalil is such a great squad player along with Priyam Garg. I mean, just the irony in the comments, right? The both of them. Like Priyam Garg, SRH players seem to love them, need these players in the team. Yes, I guess you do need these kind of players, and I think that's going to be fair enough in a way. I'm sorry, guys, I won't be able to take all of the comments. I'm trying to take as much as I can. Said, please, Jantar Mantar पे कुछ चालू मत करवा देना. हाँ चल चल देख लेंगे इन लोग को भी. Varun is what he says. SRH Indian bowling lineup is as good as RCB, only that SRH bowlers play. Sunny was similar stats as Bumrah in the IPL. Yes, that's what people are talking about. वही बड़ा आया illegal as Mumbai Indians बोलने वाला. Shashank has given his playing 11. I guess he says there is no place for Kedar Jadhav or a fourth Indian pacer or even I think Garg as well. By Mumbai Indians fan who, but just stating this is what he said. I guess I'm getting an echo from someone. If you all could just mute probably. Cake shake khilao bhai kuch agar ko. Yes, KD. I mean, do have some cake, I guess. Come over. I will just share my cake with you. Last chance of Vijay Shankar in the international circuit is what my dad says. मुझे भी cake shake खिलाओ. आजा अतुल आजा. Always welcome. Steve Smith robbed is what Siddharth says in terms of the captaincy debate. KD not going into it again. तुम लोग सब बात कर रहे हो उधर. अतुल ने वो रोल ले लिया है. देख नहीं रहे हो क्या videos? Oh, Atul has already taken the host role. Yes, I think that's pretty evident as well. Pant getting ready for that big move to Mumbai next season. If Rishabh Pant wins the IPL, will
यहाँ से लाजपत तक जूता फेंकने के लिए ढूंढ रहा हूँ.
I absolutely love that. Recently, Vijay and Shahid Mushtaq Ali Trophy, Virat Singh should play well, and if he should open for SRH, and Johnny could be the finish, is what Sheikh says. Kohli or Pant, dono le lo. He pulled out because of bio bubble issues, not because of injuries. Yes, Marsh was
Donald
injured.
Bradman, if you want.
Actually, that was a good choice. I didn't think about it. That Bairstow dropping down the order, that could also be a good move with Warner and Riddhiman Saha opening. Then, possibly you could have Bairstow and Holder possibly being the finishers.
Yeah, and I think Surya says the right thing.
In the last few years, Bairstow has played in the middle order only with the red. That's the only format where he's had success in the middle order. He's not had that much of success with the white ball in the middle order. He's better suited in the top order. Is what I'm not sure if they'll be considering him for a lower order position. Let's see.
Yeah, depends.
Yeah, absolutely. And Marsh is a great player, but probably injury prone.
I'm just saying more people are inclined towards having Bairstow down the order, but I really don't know if that's the best idea, because I don't see him as a finisher in T20Is, and there's a reason why. He's not. Like, I don't know why Sunrisers try to fill up the top order, and they don't even think that they're actually not like looking for a finisher like properly. They did not think. They have all the explosive batsmen, but they are all openers, all natural openers. Warner is doing it, sacrificing his position because he's the captain. A captain, it comes naturally to you, but it's not Bairstow's thing. Maybe Bairstow and Holder together, that idea works, but then again, wahi ho jata hai. Like, you have to choose between Warner and Kane and Bairstow. Matlab kisko khilaoge? Like, between the three. Abhi to, like, Jason Roy hasn't even come into the discussion. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're it's overcrowded up there, but there's no real finisher.
Yes, and Williamson at SRH is a travesty. RCB or CSK can make awesome use of him. Guys, I mean,
I don't think CSK. I don't care.
Let's keep it to CSK.
Williamson
my dad is giving his top 4 as well.
SRH.
Yeah, keep Kane. Keep Kane.
My dad's top 4 is basically...
Make Kane the captain again. Kane ke around team build karo. That can also happen.
Honestly, if it comes, that can happen. And I don't know if I mind it that much. Let's see. Yeah, biased thing to say, but I don't think I mind it that much. But let's see.
Yeah, this is a top 4, and that says basically Vada Pav, Halim. It's Vada Pav, Malai Chicken, Halim, and Paisam. The best, I think, main course combination that could ever be in the Indian Premier League.
You're comparing Vada Pav to Halim and Malai Chicken.
यार मतलब एपेटाइजर से जाके तुम पूरा कोर्स खत्म कर रहे हो.
इसको दिल्ली बुलाओ.
Where is Rosogula,
मतलब
that's the best song in India.
Wait.
Offense.
Rohan has a point to make.
लेने का आया.
Seriously, he
Rohan had
इसको पुरानी
Rohan had
दिल्ली
a
लेके जाना
Rasgulla track.
पड़ेगा.
गया हूँ. Actually, to be honest, it's one of the most brilliant places I've ever been to. And I mean, I can totally agree with that. I know Rohan wanted to bring the Rasgulla into the conversation as well, but I guess Rohan, हमने उसके बारे में कल ही बात करी है, and let's not go back there. हमने already अतुल को भी बताया कि आप अभी खुशी मनाइए अगले 8 दिन. Third player out of the bio bubble issue: Markwood, Josh Felipe, and Mitchell Marsh. Williamson should wear the yellow jersey next season, justice for the best captain in the world. Okay, that's interesting. RCB making good use of Felipe. That's funny. Yes, they will miss the early matches. Lynn, Vogue, Storm, Karan parting in the ground. Yes, I think ये काफी मजेदार होगा because South African players will miss the first few matches. Considering even Bairstow is in guaranteed spot, bringing Roy is a stupid move, honestly, is what he says. No hate, bro. Loyal RCB fan from 13 years. I think I've suffered enough, is what Surya says. Warner Saha, Manish, Kane, Virat Singh, obviously. Nabi, Samad, Rashid, Bhuvi, Sandeep, and Natarajan is Masoom's
That's a good
India
lineup.
bench. That's a good lineup. Siddharth is in Rohan mode, is what Amit has said. That's interesting. Top 4 guaranteed. Top 2 is guaranteed. If I am to say, my emotional point of view, I think Sunrisers should make it the top 2. So much RCB banter, you guys can't understand us suffering. Unfortunately, Surya, none of us here are RCB fans, so I guess we can't. We have a couple of members in TSD who are. I think they suffer at our expense sometimes. West Indies versus Sri Lanka भी 3 बजे तक चलेगा. खींच लेना, too much fun. I think he's talking about tomorrow as well. RCB on April Fool's Day, perfect timing. अय्यर का रिप्लेसमेंट कौन आएगा? इंडियंस ज्यादा बढ़िया नहीं है अनसोल्ड लिस्ट में. Is that what he's saying? Surya, no suffering at all.
I think अगर कोई replacement नहीं भी हुआ ना, one player that I would really like to see for Delhi Capitals this season is Lalit Yadav. Have Pant, up the order and have Lalit Yadav. I think possibly at the finishing role with Marcus Stoinis and Shimron Hetmeyer. That's going to be a good option.
ललित यादव विजय हजारे ट्रॉफी और आई थिंक मुश्ताक अली में काफी बेहतरीन खेले हैं. I think his finishing role has been really good to see, and it will be interesting कि ललित यादव को हमने as a spinner भी काफी उन्होंने I think final में ललित यादव खेले थे, and I think he had a decent impact in the final, although didn't have much to defend, but then again I think he played decently enough.
I don't think he played. I think Praveen Dubey was the one who played, na? During the tournament, but Lalit Yadav did not play. शायद final खेले थे, if I'm not wrong. But okay, I think looking at him from the domestic circuit, at least I feel he's good. I think with the bat and with the ball, X factor लाते हैं वो एक. I think finishing maybe तो काफी interesting रहेगा when you look about Delhi Capitals. But again, Anurag, not taking your thunder away. Williamson was finishing last year. Mitch Marsh is your best bet for a finisher, but unfortunately खेलने नहीं वाले. Do RR or CSK tomorrow? After all, they were the ones who pushed the game itself. No, we are going to do RCB as it stands. Still have more trophies than RCB with 2 seasons less, is what Surya is saying. I'm not able to read the chat, guys. I guess that is a lot of fun happening there. Anurag main ho raha hai. SRH played 3-4 seasons less than RCB. Okay, now this is getting really interesting. Roy, Bairstow, Garg, Jadhav, Shankar, Abhishek, Holder, Mujib, Khalil, Kaul, and Thampi is alternate 11. I mean, you kind of shocked me, but I guess that's a good alternate 11 as well. Chat to me, you are an RCB fan, you must suffer. श्रीदमा की बात सुनकर अनुराग के कान खुल जाएंगे. कान से खून निकल जाएगा, खुलने जाएंगे.
विजय शंकर ने इतना दुख दिया है क्या तेरे को अनुराग? विजय शंकर ने तेरे को इतना दुख दिया है?
You are a part of that video, so you basically shut up.
Yeah.
That game was against CSK, na? That game was against CSK, I think.
Yes, against Chennai Super Kings, where it mattered.
Yeah,
and I guess
I had written the entire book. I was ready to publish it within 2 overs were left. I had to change everything.
Shrikuma, it was basically the one everyone was beating. SRH was like 9. Dekho, 9. We feel bad. There are friends from that side. We give them hope. And that is what they did.
My dad is a little disappointed he's not allowed to join, and I guess, Dad, I think we will get you in with the Mumbai Indians as well, because I think we are very short of MI fans also. यार मैं और रेगी के अलावा कोई MI fans है ही नहीं, और यहाँ पे I think वो एक थोड़ा
Seriously.
Oh yes, Siddharth Gulati.
किसी को
Yes,
यहाँ पे
Siddharth Gulati.
जीतना अच्छा
मैं
नहीं
How
लगता.
can
मैं सारी
I
टीम्स के
forget?
बारे में बात कर लूंगा. मैं सारी टीम्स के बारे में पैशनेटली बात कर लूंगा. आई एम ऑल
How
फॉर
can I
आईपीएल.
forget? I totally remember the first time Sid came on the channel. Sid said Mumbai Indians final जीतेगा, and since then I think all of his predictions have almost come right. So Sid, I guess एक बार फिर से छठा कप चाहिए हमको. बस इसके बारे में बोल दीजिए थोड़ा बहुत.
हाँ, सब ले
विजय
लो,
शंकर.
सब ले लो.
All three
विजय
results
शंकर.
are possible.
मैं निकलता हूँ, मतलब हो गया. छठा कप
हाँ,
के
he
लिए
can replace. Vijay Shankar can replace Williamson.
Yeah.
लाइव हो गया,
No,
लाइव
no,
हो
no.
गया. चलो
Possible,
भाई,
he can.
चलो भाई,
But why
सब
would
चलो.
he?
श्रीतमा,
He
बाकी
can.
सब लोग सब चलो. लाइव खत्म. विजय शंकर कैन रिप्लेस विलियम्स.
I guess Sid was very sarcastic when
I
he
am
meant that.
I
but
am
okay.
not against Vijay Shankar, but I'm saying he can replace Williamson. क्यों नहीं?
Even I am
Anyone
not
can
against Vijay
replace
Shankar.
Williamson in that squad. That is fine. But why?
Kedar
फायदा
Jadhav
क्या
can
है?
the team finish? Okay. A day to see Warner
I'm editing the
Williamson being
video.
bowled by Bumrah. I like this. A day to see Warner Williamson being bowled by Bumrah. कौन वड़ा पाव स्टार्टर में खाता है?
And then Rohit Sharma getting dismissed by Kedar Jadhav.
Oh, I'm gonna get so bashed for this. Surya also says payasam is from Karnataka. I think Tamil Nadu का भी मैंने खाया है, काफी अच्छा होता है. So I mean, why not? My dad is asking why you're so jealous of vada pav, KD.
Oh, God.
probably
Siddharth says,
more than anything else,
guys,
sir, in Mumbai. I mean, I'm not.
guys, vada pav. Guys, vada pav को कुछ मत बोलो. कुर्सियां तोड़नी पड़ेंगी. I guess people from Mumbai absolutely relate to this, and I guess said me and I think my dad as well. I think we can totally relate why people are going nuts about it. This is like calling,
Nothing will be said against
something else
vada
better than
pav.
biryani.
Please do not compare it to biryani. Please do not
No
compare it
one's
to biryani.
comparing it.
Everyone is cool.
There is no
No,
comparison.
There was a
compare
comment. I can show
anything
it to you
with
again.
Kolkata biryani.
There was a comment.
Yeah, I know. No. That's not a comparison.
Excuse me.
Shreya. Sorry.
Okay, fine.
Excuse
It's a
me?
different story, but yeah.
Excuse me?
I think we will keep that discussion for our watch along
Williamson is
during.
Kolkata biryani. Okay? Vijay Shankar is
Okay, we are
Hyderabadi
bonded by
biryani.
Williamson. Let's keep it to
खुश
that.
रहो.
Yeah, Shritama, I guess this will be a very good discussion during the watch along for a SRH versus KKR game, and जिसमें रॉय हन भी होंगे हमारे साथ, तो काफी मजा आएगा उसमें. This will be a
अरे
make or
बिरयानी
break
डाली
game for
I
Pandey.
don't know SRH KKR में मैं किसको सपोर्ट करूंगी. वो मेरे लिए थोड़ा प्रॉब्लमेटिक है. मैं नहीं
कोलकाता
decide
बिरयानी.
कर सकती.
That's your selection. तुमको कोलकाता
हाँ,
बिरयानी
but
बस सपोर्ट करना है.
बिरयानी
That's all.
अलग है और मतलब ठीक है. I would have supported कोलकाता अगर वही सेम रिद्धिमान साहा and some other local cricketers KKR के लिए खेलते. तो मैं सोचती भी नहीं.
Oh. यार दिनेश कार्तिक है उसमें.
Some
How can you
local
forget that? But
cricketers.
okay. Again, let's not take the thunder away from Anurag. Let's keep it to SRH today. Warner, Saha, Williamson, Pandey, Shankar, Samad, Nabi, Rashid, Bhuvi, Sandy, and Nattu is what
ये
Yasu
क्या
says.
है? ये क्या है? पांडे को
बस-
और शंकर को एक साथ नहीं खिला सकते. Again, they are not accelerators. Pandey is not an accelerator. He will play a few good games, but he needs the time. He needs more time than Williamson. I'm telling you to settle in. He is not, again, Pandey finisher नहीं है. Again, accelerator भी नहीं है. He's a good player, but he is not.
It was-
Even Vidyman Saha can do it, but Pandey can't. हम लोग क्यों ऐसा सोचते हैं? I don't know. Like देखो थोड़ा मतलब numbers भी कभी कभी देख लो. एकदम moment में लगेगा कि he's playing so well, but again overall सोचो थोड़ा. If you're playing Pandey,
Look at Sid being sarcastic. Vijay Shankar, I think, is a more three-dimensional player than Williamson.
True. ये तो सच
Sid's
है.
having his own fun. I mean,
Williamson spins.
Ka-
If Williamson had bowled at Ahmedabad, he would have got a 6 for unlike Joe Root. But yeah.
oh yes.
उसको एक बैन भी मिल जाता. उसको एक बैन भी मिल जाता उसके साथ.
Okay.
Exactly. MI fans नहीं होते. Mumbai Mafia होता है. Oh
Right.
wow, that's interesting. That's some strong words. Comment section में MI fans भरे पड़े is what Masoom says. Anyone but MI and CSK, please queue. But okay, MI के लिए लोग नहीं
Absolutely.
मिलेंगे.
I'm in for that.
क्यों?
Okay, Shivam keeps adding to the banter. I guess KD, I don't want to react, but okay, जो भी है. तुम्हारा कैप्टन कल से ये इंजर्ड कैप्टन कहाँ से बड़ा हुआ? Okay, but fine, whatever. So, Shivam, bring that back during the DC discussion. New segment TSD Food Wars. Oh, मजा आएगा यार. I mean, we have people from different corners of the country, so this will be absolutely brilliant to see. And my dad keeps adding, Vijay Shankar can't replace Kane Williamson, which I feel is a universal feeling as well. शिवम प्लेयर्स चाहिए कहीं से भी हो, इंडियन टीम में आने के बाद सब मुंबई वाले ही हो जाते हैं. ओके, जितना इमोशनल बिरयानी के लिए अनुराग हुआ है उतना कभी तक नहीं देखा आजकल. फेयर इनफ. Okay, this is getting a lot on vada pav, biryani, and a lot of things. So I'm going to ignore that a little. Shritama is spot on. Can't play Pandey and Vijay Shankar together. What are you guys planning to do for the IPL Discord channel in your plans? Yes, I think Discord is, but उसके अलावा YouTube पे भी काफी exciting चीजें दिखेंगी आपको सूर्या. Just stay tuned, and I think we'll keep you posted on whatever is going to happen. Just make sure that you join our lives, and कभी कभी अगर आपको commentary जो channel पे चल रही नहीं पसंद है तो हमारे चैनल पे आ जाइए, हमारी कमेंट्री सुनिए, बिकॉज हम वॉच अलॉन्ग्स करेंगे और काफी मजा आएगा उसमें. तो इट विल बी लेस ऑफ कमेंट्री एंड मोर ऑफ फन. तो अगर आपको फन चाहिए तो डेफिनेटली जॉइन अस. इन रोहन्स वर्ड स्क्रीनशॉट लिए जा रहे हैं मुंबई हेटर्स के. अतुल चैट छोड़कर खाने पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर रहा है. I mean, Atul has got his priority sorted. ये conversation में मेरे को तो पढ़ना ही नहीं है. So why? I think let's just eat. Rohan has also asked him what he's eating, which will be really interesting to see. But okay, coming back to the panelists now. First to Anurag, obviously Sunrisers. Anurag, what are your predictions for the team this season? Where do you see this team ending up? When it comes to the 14 games, and then when it comes to the final day itself.
I mean, if you're not finishing in the top four, I think that'll be a little disappointing. Definitely. But again, after the top four, I think I know there is one positive way of looking at it, that we've reached the top four in the last 5 seasons in a row. And out of the 8 seasons of our existence, we've reached the playoffs 6 times, which is very, very positive. Very, very positive. But we've lost games in the playoffs in the most horrible way possible sometimes, on occasions. But again, no complaints there. I think this is one of the most complete squads that we've ever had, at least in terms of, yes, there is one finisher's role that is still a little bit of a conundrum, but in terms of bowling, in terms of batting, there is explosiveness at the top. There is way too much explosiveness, more than what's needed, yes, but there is good strength in the bowling attack. uh, if Natarajan and Bhuvneshwar, both of them who've been in such good form, if they're bowling together well, then that is great addition. And whoever is the third choice, if these both are playing together well, I honestly don't think it's going to be much of a. It's going to be very significant as to who the third choice bowler is, because they will take the confidence from these two. So I think in that sense, you can play Siddharth Kaul, you can play the Sandeep Sharma, you can play Khalil. I think they'll just imbibe in this in the side a lot more easily, because there won't be any pressure on them. So let's see. I'm hoping for big things, because this is a side we've won the IPL with a far less amazing side than this, I must say. So I mean, I know that's not a criteria for to comment that we are going to go and win. I'm not sure if that is going to happen. But yeah, very, very hopeful that this is going to be a good season. We are definitely finishing above Kolkata. So hi Rohan.
Banter straight away.
ये खैर आप नहीं देखेंगे आने वाले प्रीव्यू वीडियोस में. ये बॉयकॉट में यही करके जा रहा हूँ, जंतर मंतर भी नहीं जा रहा मैं.
Atul, I mean, yeah, that would be. I mean, we would still love to see your face. I know कोलकाता के above finish करने के chances है Sunrisers के, but that doesn't mean कि कोलकाता fourth finish नहीं कर सकती और Sunrisers third finish नहीं कर सकती. It can still very much happen. आपको थोड़ी positivity मैं रोहन के तरफ से पहले से ही दे रहा हूँ. रोहन तो दे ही रहा है, but मैं भी दूंगा आपको. Coming to you, कुशाग्र, मैंने अनुराग को पूछा कि SRH कहाँ finish करेगी, and आपको क्या लगता है कौन रहेंगे X Factors players this season for SRH?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to look past the obvious players, isn't it? I mean, if they have any sense, they will play Kane Williamson right throughout the season. If that happens, at least league stages, he'll be fantastic. He'll be a maverick for them. The kind of pitches आप expect कर सकते हैं चेन्नई में, and the kind of conditions as well. He's tailor-made to play in those conditions. Rather than someone like maybe even Johnny Bairstow probably gets a nod ahead of Jason Roy, but they have to be careful with who they select. उसके अलावा Rashid Khan, of course. I mean, he is the best T20 bowler in the world, without doubt. Definitely the best white ball spinner in the world as well. So he is going to be impactful. But one player जिसको कि मैं जरूर देखना चाहूंगा, जिनको कि मैंने अभी पिछले 1-1.5 महीने से देख के भी बहुत मजा आया, that is Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I just want to watch him bowl. I want to watch him bowl with a ridiculous economy of like 4.5 right throughout the tournament. Maza aa jayega. Matlab it will be just watching Bhuvi get like 16 for 2, 20 for 2, 16 for 3, 20 for 4, something like that, or even 20 for no loss. I don't care. I mean, like just strangling the batsmen, making them just like give up those 4 overs and play 16 overs or 20 overs when they play SRH. Because if that happens, India will benefit from it, and in the end, it's all about India winning the World Cup.
Absolutely, absolutely, KD. It is about India winning the World Cup. और जब हम बात करते हैं, I think अनुराग, I can understand.
I mean,
आपकी
the
टीम
thing
IPL
is,
जीते,
you need to
आपकी टीम
understand. You
IPL
need to
जीते.
understand. Pratmesh, you need to understand. It's a
I don't
clever
mind
way
that.
of,
I mean, I just love
clever
that
way of,
segue. I just love that segue.
yeah, it's a clever way of saying things, right? Kuch bhi ho,
Yeah.
I don't. In the end, I have
Yeah.
protected myself versus any franchise winning, as long as Indian players do well.
This is Kushagra's way of saying कि I'm protecting myself against people commenting that Delhi's team has not won an IPL yet. But ठीक है. I mean, Kushagra, I can understand
It's the
your
elderly
frustrations
instinct.
of
सारे बच्चे खुश रहे बस. It's just the elderly instinct. सारे बच्चे खुश रहे.
It's taking over. That is taking over Kushagra right now. But yes, I think fair enough. Coming to you, Shritama. जैसे हमने बात करी है top, I mean, 4 foreign players picking for SRH is an absolute headache and a headache sometimes you
और
don't
बढ़ा
want to have.
दिया और बढ़ा
क्योंकि
दिया
क्योंकि good headache ना भी कोई चीज नहीं होती. It is a headache, and I guess when you look at this,
exactly
when you
that's
look
why I
at
talk
this,
about India's bench strength. अभी बहुत मजा आ रहा है क्योंकि you are like you're winning bilaterals ये सब, but longer run में क्या होगा? What if you make the same mistake, 3D वाला mistake? What if you do that again? So यही problem है bench strength को लेके कि
yeah,
best team, you have like 2 good teams now. What are you going to do? What? तो
exactly.
ये SRH के लिए तो एक प्रॉब्लम है. तो मेगा ऑक्शन में ये पूरा चेंज होने वाला है. बट उसके पहले भी I think it's a very positive season for them. There's nothing bad in the team. Okay, the problem could have been finishing, but I think इतना अच्छा जब start हो जाएगा, anyone can finish. I think there will be some games where they can't because openers are going to fail. The top order is going to fail.
Yep.
There's always law of averages, so there's some batsmen won't play their best game in every game. It's impossible.
Fair enough.
But I think one player they should keep playing is Riddhiman Saha. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't get the first 6-7 games. He should get.
Yeah.
Bairstow and Roy, I don't think they're the best players of spin, so I don't know if they want to start with him in Chennai. I have those doubts. So in the first games, I would like to see Warner. I would definitely, because he's the captain, he'll start. I want to see Warner. I want to see Kane Williamson. I want to see Rashid Khan, obviously, and Nabi instead of Warner.
Yes, and I think that is indeed Rohan's agenda, right? Nabi should play away. For people who have had this trouble figuring
you're
out,
playing in Chennai. You're playing on slow wickets. Why won't you play Nabi? And he can score runs. Play him.
I hope
He can
वो
play a good role with Abdul Samad. See, imagine there's Kane Williamson, there's Abdul Samad. Of course, there's Priyam Garg also, but imagine it's just Kane Williamson, Abdul Samad, and then what did I say? I just Nabi finishing the game with Abdul Samad. It will be so good. Just building up the game with Kane and then the rest. In fact, Kane and Priyam Garg's partnerships were very important last season. So it only gets better from here. That was the plan. That was Baylis's plan. So probably they'll work on it. And if they keep working on it, trust me that they'll keep some core players. They are not going to revamp that way. Because this is SRH. I feel this is SRH because there's no for years what CSK was. I feel that with SRH, okay, they keep the kind of players. Of course, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I was just talking about the overseas players, but then the X factors will be Riddhiman Saha, Indian X factors. Riddhiman Saha, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan definitely, and give Siddharth Kaul some games. Please give him games.
Yeah.
Don't expect so much from him if you just give him 2 games. Don't do that.
Exactly. पूरी दुनिया भर के expectations नहीं डाल सकते.
Give Warner rest. Give Kane Williamson rest. Please give them rest. We need Kane Williamson in June. I cannot imagine a team going to England without Yeah, I mean, definitely. Firstly, I would never want a player to get injured. I never want that.
Yeah. But
Secondly,
then again,
please,
yes.
I could keep like if it were up to me, I would have like wrapped him up in a cotton roll and just kept him safe. He's safe, raho captain.
Yep.
So play Riddhiman Saha, maybe rest him also. Play Shrivats Goswami. Every player is a quality player, but you have to build the team accordingly. अगर तुम playing 11 में एक दो changes कर रहे हो, then try to वो consistency at least कुछ games के लिए रहे, then change the team. But if you're changing one player, वो ऐसे loophole fix करने के तरह नहीं हो सकता, unless it's a forced replacement. If you're actually going to play change, make some changes, then make some changes. Don't make one change and then expect कि team एकदम normally function करेगा. Just have to keep two teams ready. Keep two teams ready in your mind.
Fair enough, Shritama, I guess. And it's funny how we are discussing about a Chennai pitch turning, and imagine अगर पहले टेस्ट के क्यूरेटर आ जाए और बोले यार मैं फिर से पिच बना रहा हूँ तो बहुत मजे आ जाएंगे, ऑल टर्न करेगी या नहीं, यहाँ से चालू हो जाएगा.
IPL ये last year जैसा नहीं होगा. This will be IPL again. Like it will be India. In India, you will see CSK performing at their best. CSK won't be performing like they were in UAE because they are not supposed to. Firstly, it's not supposed to be played outside, so they prepared perfectly well. I mean, उनकी कोई गलती नहीं थी. They prepared for an Indian IPL, but it happened in UAE. अब फिर से ये IPL जैसा होगा. So
exactly. और ये भी है कि कोई भी होम टीम अपने होम पे नहीं खेलेगी ये सीजन. तो ये काफी इंटरेस्टिंग डायनामिक है कि अगर टीम से फिर से भी अपने होम स्टेडियम के लिए स्पेसिफिक प्लान किया तो ये हो नहीं पाएगा. I'll take a few comments and then come to Atul and obviously SRH. I think Nabi should play, and I think a lot of confusing names are Rohan. Yeah, Nabi should play. I found it slightly difficult to SRH should play Nabi. यार बेहतरीन
creativity देखो.
Oh God, the amount of creativity.
Exactly.
Screenshot this, man.
I think the video is going to be there on YouTube, so it's anyway going to be screenshot for a long time. Williamson might be too young for CSK. Create a fantasy league. That would be interesting. Surya apparently says that हमने सारे comments पढ़े हैं. I think he's changed my name. I don't get the pun if he's intending any. Kushagra or Pan DC के लिए supported this season. That's what he's saying. IPL season is equal to watching double. I don't know what he's talking about. My dad is also getting on to the banter job of winning 5 10 or 6. I think that's okay. Rohan says Bhuvi keeps one side tight so other bowlers get a lot of wickets. Bumrah got so many in the initial years for the same way for India is what he's saying. Okay. Anurag.
Bumrah also does the same. Bumrah also does the same. That's the sign of a great bowler. That's how you become very better than very good. That's
If you talk about SRH's X Factor and not say Bhuvi, I am judging. Hope Bairstow returns him his man of the series award at the camp. Yes, I guess वो return हो जाना चाहिए. Rohan, my dad saying that KKR no way in the top 4. X Factor player Bhuvi for sure is what Shivan says. My dad also adds Kane Williamson will be a player to watch for SRH along with Sandeep Sharma. Shrishti is with Rege. I guess she's talking about the man of the series award. वापस कर दे भाई, कर दे यार. Bairstow क्या करेगा? Finally, someone talked about Bhubaneswar after all the Vada Point Biryani discussion. Manish Sharma, I think Manish is a Rajasthan fan, but I guess totally
only one.
He will join soon as well.
You remember Virat Kohli's meme face? Every time he gets out, Virat Kohli is like, "Ha, मैं कैसे out हो गया?" So that is me when I find a second Rajasthan Royals fan. मुझे लगता है कि 2 है. जब third मिलता है मेरा ऐसा होता है. I'm like बहुत ऐसे पूरा series चलता रहता है. Till now, I've met 7 fans, I think. Total.
Check how many wickets Bumrah got in the last 2 years for India, is what he says. This is about KD summing up. I generally like that. Kushagra kya diplomat it's what Siddharth is saying. SRH defended 120 against Mumbai in Mumbai. Yes, that was a fantastic game by SRH.
118.
118. Yes, 118 defend किया था. क्या campaign है Mumbai के against it again. Taking his dark sarcasm to another levels. Warner Saha, Pandey, Kane, Abdul Samad, Garg, Holder, Rashid, Bhuvi, Sandeep, Natarajan is what Amit Dubey is saying.
One of them will play. One of them will play. The slashes.
The slashes usually.
होल्डर की जगह आप नबी को डाल दो तो आई थिंक दिस इज गुड इनफ. आप
This is a
होल्डर की
very
जगह
good
नबी को
team.
डाल दीजिए.
Very
Yes.
good, yeah.
इस
तो
टीम के बारे में बात करें तो yes, surely. Surely, coming to you, अतुल आपको क्या लग रहा है? I mean, क्या expectations है आपकी सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद की तरफ से for this season in the IPL?
I'm eager.
We are all eager to listen. Trust me.
एक्चुअली ये बात मैंने अनुराग से भी करी थी इन द प्रीव्यू वीडियो एंड अगेन सबसे बड़ी बात वही जो हमारे मनीष शर्मा ने मेरे को डीएम पे भी ये बात करी भुवनेश्वर कुमार. ऑब्वियसली भुवनेश्वर कुमार आ गए वापस एंड मैंने ये बात करी थी भुवनेश्वर कुमार विद थंगरासु नटराजन. यू नो वो जो एक सॉर्ट ऑफ हमारा इंडियन डुओ जिसको देखने में काफी मजा आने वाला है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम इट KW का मतलब ऐसे सपोर्ट इतना ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा मैंने सोचा नहीं था. बट ऑल इन ऑल आई डोंट सी की भी बात नहीं. मत खिलाओ जेसन भाई को ना जॉनी भाई को. एज सिंपल एज दैट. वार्नर आई एम स्टिकिंग टू द टीम वी चोज. ओके अब उसमें मार्श की जगह तुम नबी को खिला सकते हो बिकॉज इट एड्स टू द ऑलराउंडर्स ऑप्शन. ठीक है बट ऑल इन ऑल जस्ट थिंक ऑफ इट. ठीक है सनराइजर्स के पास इतने अच्छे ऑप्शंस हैं गिवन द इंडियन बॉलिंग दे हैव, इंडियन फास्ट बॉलिंग दे हैव एंड उसमें चलो खलील का भी नाम ले लो. ठीक है बिकॉज ही ब्रिंग्स दैट लेफ्ट आर्मर वाला फील टू इट. सो ऑल इन ऑल आई थिंक SRH इज गोइंग टू क्वालिफाई. बट उनका ना वो हमेशा वही रह जाता है हम क्वालिफाई कर लेंगे और आगे पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट दे नीड टू लाइक चेंज अ बिट एंड होपफुली ऑल पीपल. जैसे हम भूवी की बात करते हैं फिटनेस की, आई होप रिद्धिमान साहा स्टेज फिट क्योंकि वी हैव सीन कि उनका एक्सप्लोसिवनेस जो है अप द ऑर्डर इट कैन जस्ट पे डिविडेंड्स. अगर वो शुरुआत अच्छा कर देना ओपनर के साथ तो कहीं ना कहीं केन विलियमसन के
अतुल आईपीएल फाइनल में सेंचुरी है उनकी रिद्धिमान साहा की.
हम नहीं हराया था वो आईपीएल फाइनल.
Oh hello, that IPL final was probably that IPL in fact was so good for Kings 11 Punjab. I mean मैंने ऐसा देखा ही नहीं है क्या.
Until
याद मत दिलाओ बट रिद्धिमान साहा, oh my god, रिद्धिमान साहा, Maxwell, Sehwag also and David Miller because David Miller अगर अच्छा खेलता है तो oh my god हाँ.
अतुल लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट मनविंदर बिस्ला.
सेवागन से भी फाइनल.
अरे हम नहीं जा रहे वहां पे, हमारी बात चल रही है अभी के SRH के बारे में. वो बस हम ये बात कर रहे थे कि रिद्धिमान साहा अच्छा खेलते हैं और
तिरुमला सिटी
बहुत भाई he
oh yes I remember
well under pressure.
रवि तेजा भाई.
But all in all
agenda. Sorry.
I got Shritama's point and she's making a fair point. Riddhiman Saha can actually like unleash himself at the top and उसके बाद जो नीचे आने वाले प्लेयर्स हैं उनके पास वो एक एलिमेंट सा आ जाता है कि ओके वी कैन जस्ट कंटिन्यू विद द फ्लो. एंड इफ डेविड वार्नर थिंग्स इफ ही प्लेज तो SRH को बेसिकली पता है. हम ये बात करते हैं कि SRH के बॉलर्स कैन डिफेंड 120. उनके जो टॉप 3 और 4 है अगर वो खेल गए ना तो 120 की नौबत नहीं आनी चाहिए. एक्चुअली इट शुड बी अराउंड 180 every fucking time.
Exactly, they are not seen as an explosive team but they are. मतलब वैसे सोचते हैं ऐसा because reputation ही ऐसा है. मतलब विलियमसन, रिद्धिमान साहा, लाइक ये W आई डोंट नो ये क्या प्रॉब्लम है. W स्लो होता है क्या? आई डोंट नो. आई मीन दे आर नॉट
यार. W के नीचे 20 करोड़ रुपए थे ना यार, if I'm not wrong यार.
10 करोड़ कम ऑन इतना गंदा कल्चर ऑफ इट वाज 10. बट एनीवे द थिंग इज कि अगर आपको एक्सप्लोसिवनेस की बात करनी है ना, इफ इट कम्स डाउन टू दैट, इफ SRH नीड्स दैट देन यू डू हैव द ऑप्शन ऑफ बोथ जेसन रॉय एंड जॉनी बेस्टो. ठीक है वो ऐसा बैकअप होना आपके लिए काफी अच्छी चीज है इफ यू थिंक ऑफ इट. बट ऑल इन ऑल यू आर सपोज्ड टू गो विद एक्चुअली W में वार्नर भी है. वार्नर, रिद्धिमान एंड विलियमसन.
वार्नर तो वैसे कोई स्लो लाइक दे आई मीन उतना सोचते थे नहीं.
पता नहीं अभी इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज में काफी फास्ट तो दिखे नहीं थे डेविड वार्नर. नेवर माइंड. बट ऑल
इंजरी क्यों खेल रहा है आई डोंट नो. सो दैट्स देयर
एब्सोल्युटली.
But all in all, just summing up,
भी खेला मार्श कप ही like he played Marsh Cup. So
New South Wales got out on 32 runs.
I saw that.
SRH.
Yeah. But just I was just summing it up. Oh my god. ठीक है, फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑप्शंस अमेजिंग है. ठीक है, स्पिन राशिद खान है, मुजीब भी है आपके पास इन द रैंक्स. जगदीश सुचित की बात करते हैं हमने. तो ऑल इन ऑल दे हैव अ स्ट्रांग टीम टू इवन See, Anurag, just to make your day, I think SRH have the potential to go all the way. They do have.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just keeping it that
Absolutely.
simple and
I
sweet.
like
So
Atul.
yeah.
He's nice.
I guess I genuinely think Anurag is genuinely going to like Atul here. But yes, I think I will take the last, I think 4-5 comments and then come to
That's
Rohan
what I
to
said.
end live today. Someone bring back Neeta Ambani in the comments is what Manish is saying. Shritamana try something. I only know two thanks to TSD, Manish and Shashank. Shivam, tu bhul gaya Nathan? I mean, he has Rajasthan jersey. Thanks for the choice. Uh, Anurag's Pesara fan club is here. That's really nice to see, guys. Welcome back. SRH is winning the IPL 2021. Sure, cricket 19 khelo. Only SRH can bench players like Nabi and Roy, is what he says. My dad is all taken the started the banter already right before the IPL. SRH is
But
similar
they've
jinx
done,
South
yaar.
African
मतलब,
license trophy.
how can it be a South African jinx? But they already have like one
एक
trophy.
बार जीत गए हैं, yes.
नहीं,
That's the
I mean,
thing.
I don't understand this. Okay, I mean, nothing against sir or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
और
yeah.
मैं कहूँगा SRH 2 जीती है. I'm sorry, Deccan की
Yes,
trophy उनको
Deccan
जाती
Chargers.
है.
उनकी जाती है,
Deccan
fair
की
enough.
trophy उनको जाती है.
And
Has
that,
to go.
especially that Deccan Chargers trophy,
That's the
because
thing.
what happened
And
last
every
season.
season, Pratmesh, every season we enter as the underdogs. Every season, last season भी बहुत सारे लोग बोले थे
Basically
पक्का नहीं है
season-
न्यूजीलैंड
underdog,
जो
so we
थे
just
पहले,
somehow ended up.
This
इसीलिए
season you
विलियमसन
enter.
like ended up in this team.
Exactly, I think.
That's why.
This season, I guess.
Yeah.
This season, I guess SRH enter as favorites, and I think that's the brilliant thing. It will be really interesting to see how
Yeah.
they manage that pressure and actually pull through. And I believe they have the ability to pull through. शिवम ने बिस्ला
Yeah.
की बात करी है यहाँ पे.
अरे like
George,
SRH missed Bhuvi last time a lot.
yes, बहुत ज़्यादा,
Yeah.
बहुत ज़्यादा.
Yeah. Very much.
Manish be like until Manish Pandey and Piyush Chawla had to step up. W slow होता है कि comment of this live session. My 11 Warner Roy based on Williamson. Okay, wait. अतुल का बेड टाइम हो गया है, स्टटर चालू हो गया है. RCB has a South African jinx is what Varun is commenting. I guess I don't really want to
This is
deny that either.
This is the most.
This is fine, Dad. Yes, Dad.
That is the
Change
most
it from SRH to RCB.
Can I
Tomorrow
just take
we'll have-
Amit's
सबसे
comment?
ज्यादा जिंक्स हो सकता है जिसने 6 सेमीफाइनल हारे हैं. हेलो हाई. साउथ अफ्रीका ये सब इसीलिए लगता है 92 मतलब सेमीफाइनल के लिए लगता है ऐसा. ठीक है 92
And
वाला.
99 also. 99 also.
99.
Drop.
Yeah. That, yeah.
Oh, of course. मतलब वो
Yeah,
तो
उसके अलावा I would agree कि मतलब
greatest.
I think अभी इंडिया में साउथ अफ्रीका ज्यादा सेमीफाइनल हारा है यार. मतलब क्या क्या बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग.
छह के साथ compete करो.
We want to.
Okay. Guys, SRH and Rohan. SRH and Rohan. No, I'm gonna go with SRH and now
just the
Rohan.
last thing, कुशाग्र, इंडिया के हारने में साउथ अफ्रीका में हारने में ये है कि we have at least something to show for it वाली चीज आ जाती है.
हाँ वही.
हाँ वही.
Okay.
Just like KKR.
Fair enough. Coming to Rohan, and I think we had the KKR discussion. Rohan, SRH के बारे में I know. I please want you to divert all your positivity for now towards SRH. कितने आगे जाएंगे आपको लगता है ये सीजन?
मतलब अच्छा है, अच्छी टीम है, गुड स्क्वाड है. But firstly, I'll start off with my Nabi agenda. Nabi should play because most of their matches are in Chennai, Kolkata, and Delhi, if I'm not wrong. So I think all these venues will offer good assistance to spinners. So Nabi should play. That's one of my agendas. Second, coming back to it, I think SRH have gone for a very different kind of strategy this time around. I think considering the biosecure bubble, they are trying to make friendships inside the dressing room so that the players can deliver on the field. I think that's why Jason Roy has been signed to accompany Johnny Bairstow. They have already signed Mujibur Rahman to accompany Nabi and Rashid Khan. So I think they are making players comfortable inside the dressing room so that they don't feel like out of home. So it's a very important part that no one notices, but I do, because it's my job to notice these kind of things that normal fans can miss. That's what experts are here for. So we need to we need to understand this कि biosecure bubble में रहना आसान नहीं होता. And Williamson and Warner are already good friends now, like since they have been playing. And Indian group is already looking very strong. So I think जो उस group के अंदर जो दोस्ती निकल के आएगी,
I think Williamson prefers कि वो अकेले रहे. उसको तो देख के
I
ऐसा लगता है. I'm
विलियमसन
kidding.
देख के ऐसा श्रीतम देख के ऐसा लग सकता है, पर हर इंसान को किसी
I'm
दूसरे इंसान
kidding.
की
I know,
जरूरत
of
होती है.
course.
And
Williamson उतना
that,
शांत नहीं है. He vents a lot.
हर
and
इंसान को
My
that's
God.
that's a live thought for all the viewers also alongside cricket. Because
यार
yeah,
गुल्लू का ज्ञान is also stepping in now.
yeah. Also, I think we are getting overtime, so I'll stop that Guluka again. But like just to
और
sum
लोग
it
कह
up,
रहे हैं मुझे नींद आ रही है,
It's
और
fine.
लोग कह
There
रहे
is
हैं
no
मुझे
overtime.
नींद आ रही है.
Yeah, with
yeah,
SRH there is no.
There is
मुंबई
no
इंडियंस से
overtime.
बंदा आधा घंटे खत्म कराएगा देख.
cool. Anurag, director has
Exactly. 30 minutes for
said.
Mumbai Indians, not more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just
उतने
to
में तुम्हारे SRH की बैटिंग लाइनअप निपटाएंगे हम. देख लेना.
हाँ जरूर ये वीडियो भी
ना
शूट
ना
कर
ना
रखे हैं
धूम ता
हमने
ना ना ना
टीवी
ना
पे.
ना धूम ता ना 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 धूम.
Anyway,
I think
Warner is a good friend to have. I would
yeah
say he's like
yeah
an entertainer. Warner is a good
yeah
friend to have.
yeah. If
यार
I
वो
see
डांस
that,
करवाएगा विलियमसन को देखना. डांस
I
करवाएगा.
won't be surprised अगर वो वही वाला famous South Indian song लेके अगर उसने अगर बना दिया तो Williamson के
yeah,
साथ.
and even
What
Absolutely.
what was that song starting with B?
Butta Bomma.
अनुराग.
बोटा बॉमा.
Yeah.
वो
Yes.
होगा.
Amazing. That's the best video Warner has ever made on TikTok or whatever.
यार my genuine question is
Yeah.
Warner इतना क्यों मेहनत कर रहा है? I mean that's my question.
उसको
Is
fan
this
base
like
बनाना है.
It's clear he enjoys it. I mean, nothing there.
Yeah.
It's just that it's a bit cringe.
There are a lot of things
Yeah,
to think about, but those are negative things. Let's not talk about it. I think Warner does it like because he really likes
He enjoys it. I
like
think he
Yeah,
playing
enjoys
in
it.
India.
I think a lot of Australian players
No,
who've come to
because
India, they've
yeah, a
enjoyed the
lot of
culture in India.
Australians don't like him. So you understand, there's a love for him, a different kind of love for him in India, and he wants to tap that. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
It's-
I'm saying it
it's
can
evident.
go towards negative things. He is not
AB de
thinking
Villiers,
negatively.
case in point.
He's thinking constructively because he wants good fans. He's
AB
Just
de
a small
Villiers.
throwback. Just a small throwback. Prathamesh, just a small throwback. On this day,
Yeah.
I was in the stadium when Johnny Bairstow and David Warner both scored hundreds against RCB, and they smashed the shit out of RCB that day. Mohammad Nabi took a 4-4. RCB got bowled out for 108 runs, something 115. I couldn't care less. We won the game by some huge margin. What a day that was! Just to remind, on this day 2 years back.
Yeah. On the
Hence, 5 more
yeah.
dislikes.
5 more dislikes. Yes, 5 more dislikes. कोई बात नहीं. But
Yeah.
I think I'll just take last few comments and then we'll
Oh,
probably
yeah,
finish the live.
okay.
1 hour 36 minutes हो गए हैं already, guys. I think we are enjoying this though. I mean, no doubts. हम रात भर भी continue कर सकते हैं ऐसे चलता रहे तो. MI was the underdog in 2020. No way we were the underdogs. We were favorites to win the trophy. We did it. The year which SRS lost against CSK, Bhuvi and Warner weren't there. Parliament मत बनाओ एक करके बोलिए. I like this, Amit. Arya says Arya was there yesterday as well. Welcome back. SRH is arguably the most balanced squad after MI. Destructive batters, tricky bowlers, Bhuvi's back to brilliant squad. I guess they have the best squad. They have the best squad.
MI के साथ ऐसे मतलब what? MI have all kinds of finishers in the world. They have Kyron Pollard. Sorry, मतलब second नहीं आता.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the top
after-
5 is
after-
MI.
List
Top 5 is
after-
MI. फिर SRH
list-
fix आ सकता है.
लिस्ट
Top
चालू
5
करते
MI.
हैं. लिस्ट चालू करेंगे जब MI के बारे में हम बोलेंगे ना सेकंड को, तभी बात करेंगे. मैंने अभी लिस्ट चालू कर दी तो बहुत मजा आ जाएगा, बट नहीं.
तो मैं बोल
Today
रही
the
हूँ,
focus
finishers
is SRH.
इतना बड़ा difference है ये. It's not about first, second. There's a huge difference. But the thing
Absolutely.
is, top order अगर explosive खेलेगा, there is I don't think in most games they'll need a finisher to like play like a crazy finisher. So, of course there will be a finisher. Somebody will score the winning runs, but उनके ऊपर उतना pressure नहीं होगा. So that's only like SRH का यही strength है. Bowling है, top order है.
My dad's having some fun. Don't even give 37 to MI, Anurag. We will win after talking the 6th title for 30 days. This is really funny now. I mean, yes, fair enough. We don't need a lot of time. बस एक lineup बोल दी खत्म हो गई बात. I mean, that's how good MI is. Rohan KKR God mode starts. बाकी सब second, third KKR as I said last night. Okay, ये बात हो रही है. Rohan OP, Rohan का एक absolute mic drop moment था वो, and that's brilliant. Watch Kane's Instagram. He likes to have fun. VK is more of a best friend to Kane Williamson than David Warner. Yes, I guess I don't know. SRH है वो, KKR नहीं प्रथमेश, 1 घंटा बैटिंग कर ले वो. Butta Boma is what he's talking about. I like his Instagram dance with his daughters. अनुराग जीत जाएगी SRH, हो गया तुम्हारा. WhatsApp पे आओ. यार ये पैनल हटाओ यार, रोहन मोनोलॉग चालू करो. I guess yes. I think Anurag कल जाएगा. Don't start. Okay, I think जल जाएगा is what he's saying, probably yes. Rohan, RCB का monologue covering 13 years of their success is what people want to hear, the most positive way of success. But yes, having said that, I think we've done with all the comments. We've taken all the predictions for, I think, Sunrisers Hyderabad this season. Personally, I would be disappointed if Sunrisers Hyderabad are not close to winning the trophy in the final this season. I think that's how good the squad is, and I hope they actually realize their potential. And for Anurag's sake as well, यार ट्रॉफी जीत जाए, थोड़ा अच्छा लगेगा लोगों को भी, मुंबई के अलावा वो भी कोई जीत जाए. आई वुडंट माइंड SRH if it is that case. बस काफी बेहतरीन टीम है, and I guess they
बस
do deserve
मतलब
a chance.
जहाँ पे भी केन विलियमसन जाएगा, I don't mind if that team wins. मतलब ये क्या है?
Fair
And तुम
enough,
लोग
fair
तो
enough.
चैरिटी कर ही सकते हो, 5 में से 1-2 दे दो ना.
नहीं देना, क्यों दे? Ruthless mentality. We won't give trophies. No way. But yes, having said that, thank you to Shritama, obviously Rohan, Atul, Anurag, Kushagra, Nathan, and Siddharth Gulati as well. We had quite an interesting panel,
Nathan
a
gave us an
huge panel
invite and
today.
left.
Nathan gave us an invite and left. He was there before as well, Shritama. We did talk
Oh,
about
okay.
Jason Roy with him. So I think that was a really interesting conversation.
Is Jason
As you
Roy
can
with
see on
No
the
more comments.
yes, a few more comments have come in, and I think I have been reminded of that. यार भूवी को चौके छक्के मारते हुए बुरा लगेगा. I guess Rahman has come up with his lineup as well. कोई भी जीते चलेगा, RCB नहीं is what he's saying. Okay, Shivam. But yes,
I
thank
would
you.
love RCB to win. I honestly would love.
Yeah,
Actually,
I would love
actually.
विराट कोहली to lift the trophy. I mean, थोड़ा मजा आ जाएगा. I mean, विराट कोहली कहीं भी जाए, ट्रॉफी जीत
5
जाए
साल में,
IPL बस.
इस साल एक तो
That's
मिलेगा एटलीस्ट.
नहीं, इस साल क्या,
Yeah.
one of the 3 that he has to pick up anyway.
one of the
right?
3 that he has to pick
एक
anyway.
ही
This
वही लेना है तो IPL लो,
yes,
बाकी दोनों का मत सोचो.
yes.
चलो
Okay,
देखो,
we
देखो,
WTC
hello.
WTC banter
तुम भी यहीं होंगे,
afterwards.
हम भी यहीं होंगे. We will have a discussion then.
Exactly, हम तभी बात
South
करेंगे.
Okay, guys,
And
this is
having
not
said that,
Republic TV.
साउथहैम्पटन से ऐसे
having-
मुंह ऐसे करके
This is
हटा
not
दो.
Republic TV.
Not going to work.
What is
This
happening in
is-
front of my back?
no, there is nothing happening in front of your back. Anurag, in front of your back. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to end this live. Do visit our website
Yeah.
for the SWOT analysis on different teams. We're going to come up with RCB tomorrow. Do check about our YouTube channel. The predicted 11s are also going to come. It would be really fun. I know there was a little bit there. But yes, ये भी आ गया है. Kohli deserves a trophy before Charles Sprint, and my dad is against RCB, so he's saying no way VK should live a trophy as well. But yes, ये MI के साथ किसी comparison नहीं होता है, is what Agya is saying. On that note, thank you to all of you guys who joined the Sports Join live today. A massive response, and thank you so much for that. Do keep up the same response for the entire duration of the IPL, and I guess going forward as well. काफी मजा आता है जब आप लोग इतने huge numbers में join करते हैं, and I guess when the panel is so huge as well, it's an extreme fun session. 1 घंटा 40 मिनट के ऊपर चला गया. We didn't even realize that. And on this very note, this is Prathamesh signing off, and we will see you tomorrow.